Ooh, ooh, I've been walking and shit and spider webs and shit all on me. What's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV, and we're here for, our very first live open panel. Well, this is really our second one, but this is the first one since the show has opened back up. So, whatever. Thank you to everybody that is tuning in. It's 67 of you, well, 70 of you all so far. Hopefully we get more of you guys in. You know what I'm saying? I felt like, let's open up this panel. Let's let the people that watch me, people that be in the comments and shit like that, people like that, let y'all come in and say what y'all got to say about the show. First things first, let me send a special shout out to this person right here, and that's Life as Mighty, one of my good Judies from back home. Okay, and he's TikTok famous. Okay, 1.2 or 3 million. Not Instagram, 1.3 million TikTok followers. Okay, and be on the lookout for our collaboration, The Butch and the Queen. Okay, that's our collaboration, and we plan on having that out here to y'all before the year's over with. The Butch and the Queen. That's what it's gonna be called. It's gonna be really, really fun. Okay. So shout out to him, Life as Monty. Okay. He the reason why I'm sitting up here talking about I got 99 problems and the biggest one is me. Okay. He the reason why. He the reason why, okay. But how y'all doing today? How y'all doing today? Let me tell y'all a little something before we start this live, y'all. Because listen. Okay. Well, since you telling everybody to hit that like button and you not a moderator, let's welcome you to be a mod. Okay, there we go. Shelly. Shelly is a new moderator for the channel, y'all. She's a new moderator, y'all. Okay. Give her some of that respect. Okay. She's a new moderator. Shelly. I'm gonna call you Shelly D. She's a new moderator, you guys. So since she came up in here and she letting y'all know to hit that like button as y'all come in, okay, she may as well be a moderator. Catherine, you do need to be a moderator as well, cause you be here. You be here. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me make Catherine one. Let me do it on my laptop, cause Catherine always in the chats. All of that. Catherine is also a moderator. So shout out to Catherine, y'all. Voluptuous. Hey Scotty, how you feeling today? Let me tell y'all a little story before we even open up this shit for Love and Marriage Huntsville for y'all to get up here and say what y'all got to say. Let me tell y'all what happened. So yesterday I had gotten off of work. I stopped by O'Reilly's and I got like 2 quarts of oil, right? So before I left O'Reilly's, I was putting some oil in the car, and as I'm pouring the oil in the car, the damn hood of the car hit me on the side of my head. And the shit still hurt. It don't hurt that bad, like the pain is going away, but it's like that lingering pain on the side of my head. That damn car hood hit me so hard on my head. Oh my God. But that ain't the first time it happened, because earlier this week, when me and my brother was cleaning out my car and we was at the car wash vacuuming, and I lift my hood up and the shit hit me upside the head earlier. So this the second time this shit that knocked my damn head off. Hopefully I don't forget y'all the way it hit me upside the head, but whatever. Shout out to Chef Dun Dun. You know that you can rub my head anytime. Okay. While you up in here trying to start shit, I told you I'm gonna start some shit right back with y'all with your ass. Dun dun. You think you finna get one out on me? That ain't gonna happen. But y'all ready? Y'all ready? Are y'all ready to have a good time tonight? Are y'all ready to talk about this show tonight? You know what I mean? Like, I already know how my viewers go, child. It's like it starts off real slow, but it grows really, really fast. Okay. That's what happens with my shit. Y'all ready to have a good time, okay? So listen, I want a mixture of people up here. I want different opinions. I want various opinions. I want it all. If you're team male, come up here. If you ain't team male, come up here. Because I'm really not going to get my opinion on shit. Because I already gave my opinion on my own damn video. On my review. I already gave my opinion on that. I'm just giving y'all the chance to have y'all opinion on this show. Not you asking for E. Not you asking for E. You know the people can't stand E, child. You know the people can't stand E, and I be living for E when she come up here because she be getting it popping up here. Listen, I know y'all don't like E. I know that E ain't y'all cup of tea, but I be amused by E because she be pissing y'all off. I swear she be pissing y'all off, and I be up here hollering. Okay, I be so tickled. Like when her and Prosperity got into it up here, that shit was so motherfucking funny to me. Like straight up. Shout out to the 100 people that's already up in here. Shout out to the 100 people. So, the episode itself, the only thing I'm gonna say about the episode, this week, it was slightly better than the last episode. It was slightly better. It wasn't all that, but it was a little bit better. Okay. Is leading up to the real mess that's gonna be happening next week. That's what it's leading us up to. It's leading up to all the real mess that's about to go down, y'all. That's what it's doing. But before anything, Lucky Charms, you definitely can talk, child. You can talk. I'm telling you, long as you get up here before it fills up, because once it fills up, once it's 10 people, I can't let nobody up. And then, sometimes I'll be wanting to drop people and let other people come up, but then the conversations become so goddamn good that I don't be wanting to drop nobody. So, it's gonna be up for grabs once I drop that link. Is up for grabs. Y'all know that. So, we're not gonna be up here all night either, So we're gonna try, but I say that every time, and then we wind up doing what? Being up here all night. But hopefully we don't do that. So let me copy this link and put it down here because I know y'all got some things to say, So the link is down here now. So we can talk. E only comes around when Ariane is involved. Y'all say, right. Y'all don't got to worry about E coming up here. She only comes up here when her daughter is being talked about. That's the only time E come up here. So don't you worry about it now. Don't you worry about it. But I hope she do come up here, though. That's me being messy. God damn, y'all. Y'all, it's 2 people in backstage already, y'all. 2 people. Oh, 3 people already. Okay. I ain't letting nobody up until I get all my people. Brittany Janae, you calling me messy? I might be a little bit messy, but I'm messy in a good way. Like I'm not messy to get no shit going. I'm messy in a good way. Like I'm that good type of messy. I'm not the bad type of messy. I'm the good type of messy. I ain't the type of messy that Chef Dun is, but I'm the good messy child. Okay, I see 4 people back here. I'm gonna go ahead and let them up. Girl, I'm about to say, Randy Ricardo, girl, you better get that.
Right. Hey, y'all.
I'm here to be messy.
Okay, so what you up here to be messy about?
I want to talk about Mark.
Okay.
What I do? Oh, let me put my TV on mute. I gotta hear this.
Scotty, what I do?
Girl, I can hear your shit in the background.
Oh, sorry. I'm on Spaces as well.
Oh,
wow.
girl.
Not double duty.
Yes, I'm doing double duty.
Well, who want to start it off? Cause I'm letting y'all talk. I really ain't got nothing to say.
I like to let the new people get their chance because we be up here all the time. Like,
We do.
Yeah, new people.
I don't mind waiting. Y'all go ahead and have it. I'm letting y'all know I'm here to be messy and I want to talk about Mark.
Okay, well before we let anybody speak, let me be messy real quick. E, if you're in the building, you can come up.
Come through, E. Come through, E. Come through.
That's messy.
Oh my god! But let's see who could go first. I don't think I've seen Lucky Charms up here before. I'm not sure, but she can go first.
I prefer to go after everyone else because I got a difference of opinion about this show.
Okay.
Go first. Go first.
Okay.
You got difference of opinion of this show. Go ahead. Go first.
Because I watch all the other YouTubers about this show, and it seems like everyone has the same consensus about Melody. is that everyone is jealous of Melody. And I don't think that is the case. I think that what Melanika said this past episode is correct. I feel like Melody is hurt and she has every right to be hurt, but she's projecting her hurt onto everyone else.
Facts.
I understand, and I feel like she uses Martell's desperation to get back with her for the benefit of her. That's the only time that she feels Martell is useful. Because you blocked him, you had him sending you emails when he wanted to get in touch with you, but then when you wanted to get in touch with him to discuss Wanda, you open up the communication and let everything be great. I don't understand that. I have a trifling ass baby father, but his communication was always blocked. I don't care what the issue was with our kids. I handled it. Another thing I noticed is that a lot of people are saying that Melody is a part of production, so she had to be there at the event today. She had to be at the event. Now, do everyone remember season 2, episode 3, when Letitia was escorted out by security?
Yep.
At the same reason we telling Tisha that she's dumb, she shouldn't have been there. She's stupid for coming there. She wasn't invited. They should have escorted her out. Melody was not invited to Destiny's event. Destiny said that she invited who she wanted to be there. Yes, it was a community event, but she wanted her close friends to come there. Melody pulled the same stunt that everyone bashed Tisha for. Oh, I'm just trying to make sure that we talk and work things through. When Tisha came to that event where Melody had, Tisha didn't come with that same energy Melody came to Destiny's event. Melody came in there like, I don't care about your event. I'm ready to start some shit with Wanda.
You know, I think Lucky Charms, I can understand where you're coming from, but I think Mel is a great example of how two things that are diametrically opposite can be true at the same time. And that is, Mel has mean girl tendencies. Mel has some ugly ways about her that we've seen from season 1. But I disagree with you when you say that she was manipulating that communication with Martell to when it was convenient for her. I think that in different ways, he may have been he calmed down somewhat to where she felt comfortable. I think that we've been able to see very clearly where Martell is abusive, not only in his speech, but by the way he actually carries out with everyone, including Melody. So I don't feel like she was manipulating that. I think she was doing what was in her best interest to cut off communication. And quite frankly, kids or no kids, she should have kept it that way until she had something court ordered. One of the biggest issues that I have with Mel is not necessarily, I don't think that she's fake, but I do understand what people are probably saying when they say she is. I think sometimes Mel is not, she just needs to go ahead and put it out there instead of making it, making stuff up. Like, for instance, we'll take this situation with this most recent episode. Okay, it was a cast call. I have to be here. This is my job. If that had been me, I wouldn't have been on camera saying, well, I don't hate the girl. I support Black businesses. I'd have broke the fourth wall and said, well, it's a cast appearance, so I'm going to go. And I don't hate Destiny, but she's not my reason for going there. But I mean, hey, if I can support by being there, fine. But Miss Wanda and I need to have a conversation, and I know she'll be there, so I'm going to handle it there. I think people would have more respect for her if you did not just try to act like we don't see what we're seeing. That's what makes you look fake. It even makes you look fake when you say, well, I don't hate Destiny, but you clearly are not doing Destiny, and she's clearly not doing you. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think what's wrong with it is when you play in my face and you don't say what's obvious. So
excellent point.
I have an opinion. I think, hi y'all, this is my first time on here. So
well,
good evening
welcome,
to everybody.
honey.
Look, my sunshine, we here together.
So my thing is this. I also think that Melanie is, for instance, she probably knew Martell was going to go to that event. So she hyped him up by telling him all that stuff of what Miss Wanda said. And I feel like she was setting
Yeah.
Martell up to say something to them. And I just, for me, I'm not a Melanie fan, but I was expecting better of her. And I'm seeing another side of her. And I understand hurt people hurt. Yes, we all going, everybody, it can get cheated on. I'm sorry. I mean, look at Nia Long, whatever. But it's how you present it, because it's like this. Even if he did do everything, you look better coming out not even showing that it even bothers you. I'm just saying. I mean, I know she got her businesses and she like to say that she's above everybody, but you're not showing it by your actions. No, she shouldn't have been there. But if she was supposed to be there, then why don't you say it? Hey, production told me I had to be here, so I'm gonna be here. But if you're there, don't show out and act all crazy. You were supposed to be a lady about it, and you're not acting like a lady.
So let me ask y'all: did y'all notice when she first told Martell about Wanda, he didn't have any type of reaction that she wanted him to have?
That part.
And then she did it again. But this time she did it in front of everybody else, and he felt compelled to do this because he is desperate to get her back.
But see, I wonder how much of that was his desperation to get her back, or the fact that they're executive producers that have to bring drama on the show.
Carlos. Oh, I'm sorry.
Can I jump in?
Yeah.
I actually have a different reason. I think he knew he was going to have that sit down with Letitia, and he didn't want to piss them off before trying to get back in the scold, or however you say it. I think that's the reason why he didn't go on 10. I feel like he felt the way about that comment too, but I need them right now, so I can't piss them off. I think that's the reason why.
But in the end, he still pissed them off by trying to fight Marcel.
Well, I mean, because he's still Martell. He lacks self-control, so he's only going to be able to think logically, but for so long. The expiration date was going to come up on that.
That man don't think logically at all. He's like I said, he a narcissist. He been a narcissist. Martell don't think about nothing but his damn self. I'm sick of that whole. I'm sorry.
Well, hold on one second, you guys. There's a comment that I see because I had the same. Like I said, this is really y'all panel. I'm really letting y'all say what y'all got to say, but there may be some things that I may want you guys to address this in the comments. And one thing is, this comment. No, I'm not gonna have y'all address this one first. There's another one. Someone by the name of Z, shout out to Z, says Melody did not start anything in the event. The event was in Madani. Mel and Wanda's altercation was outside. Is there a difference?
Wait, I can. Okay, so here's the thing about this whole situation. The event was for that 4TV business only, because that's what it is. We're not going to sit up here and act like that's a regular working business with working business hours and employees who get paid. It's a 4TV business only. That's what it is. Now, the owner of the 4TV business only had shown up trash can potatoes with everything and the kitchen sink thrown in there as a vendor. Why? I don't know, because she didn't have a truck and she was setting that stuff on the ground. Wouldn't be me, couldn't be me. And Stormy already let y'all know the food was nasty. So yes, it was still the event. It was still like, the grand reopening. Uncle Clifford had nothing to do with this because that was a mess. It was still the event. It was just outside in the parking lot. Now, when it comes down to, she showed up. Like, she could, like, here's the thing. Now that I think about it, after I went off on my review last night, I was like, yeah, today, she could have just been in the confessional, like, production wanted me to go, so I had to go. Because let's be honest, would we have actually cared about the grand reopening of that 4TV business? Because it wasn't giving anything. And the production knew leading up to the reopening of that 4TV business only, they have been watching social media and have been seeing everything that played out. And because Blow Pop and Humpwig have become friends now because they found a common enemy and the person that most people don't like, and they sit up there and talk bad about that lady, you can't tell me no different because they had nothing in common before, and they can't help each other because they're not resources to they're not resources to each other. She decided to hire that lady mama or have her come down there and be a vendor. And it's just like, if you have vendors in your store, why does it look like that? Because it
Require
wasn't giving.
her to come because nobody else was coming.
It wasn't giving anything. And then to see Contessa
Of
and
all
I
the
can't
people.
Not
and
Cone. All right, Evelyn.
Contessa. I can't stand Contessa.
That's
I
why
And
can't
she act
stand
like a
it.
cone.
I can't stand Contessa. For Contessa to come down there with her hair looking the way it looked, you
Well,
should
her
have
hair look a mess when she on her own show.
put it on a sticky note
But
and try again.
but there's another comment that I had that I wanted y'all to address that I absolutely agree with, and it says, "What's so crazy is that if it was Tisha or Destiny, nobody would be talking about no damn cast event. Be for real." I agree.
That's
I'm
honest. That's the
sorry.
honest
And
to
it
God
was
truth.
Tisha.
I'm, I'm a,
Tisha was in the same situation.
Situation.
But here's the thing. I would say it was a cast event if, and only if, this was not a public event made out to the public. That's what she did. Now, she was telling people that she wanted to be there. Hey, come to my event. But you had random people popping up. There are some people that I didn't like. I ain't never seen these people on this show. I ain't never seen these people on other shows. They not even related to you. They not even your friends just popping up. So it was a public event in a public space. And you also got show enough nasty ass potatoes, sorry to cuss on your platform, in the parking lot.
but I think the bigger issue here is that when it came down to Letitia got on camera and said that she was coming to Mel's event to
Event.
support. Nobody invited you. So, and I kind of feel like that was the difference with Mel. No, Mel was not directly invited by Destiny, but that's why I said what I said at first. They break the fourth wall and everything else. Mel is an executive producer. So I really think if Mel did not have to be there for her check, I don't think Mel would
Yeah.
have gone if she felt like she had an option to be there.
Can I
But
say this?
see,
I have a question.
oh, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I wanted to say, just thinking like not the preview, but thinking back to the live that drove us all crazy over that weekend when it all popped off. If I correct me if I'm wrong, but Mel's on social media, Mel was interacting with the fans. They were asking, the producers was asking her to get off live, right? Because
Yes.
they were filming. Wasn't Wanda in the background making
Yes.
comments and Mel was responding? Like I'm specifically saying that in response to Mel went there to start
Start
something.
some shit. She did.
If I'm not mistaken, Wanda was the one that started that whole situation and escalated. Now I do believe Mel went there with the intention of confronting her, but as always, Wanda in her antics is usually the one that pops
She'll
it
take
off.
it
And
up.
she is the one, like, looking at the preview and seeing the live that we saw. As soon as they up on, like, having a conversation, which, Humpwig, let me get into you real quick. When Kimmy, Tisha Jr. said there needed to be boundaries, and you said there needs to be boundaries on both sides, your jealous older sister, and I'm going to keep calling her that because she
Tisha
didn't
Jr.
raise you. I'm going to keep saying that because she didn't raise you during your formative years. She's the jealous older sister who's jealous that she didn't have the life that you have, and she's upset about it.
Oh Lord.
When it comes to boundaries, tell your mama to keep her mouth shut. Tell your jealous older sister to keep her mouth shut, because we wouldn't have gotten to this point if she wasn't up there insinuating that them children, like, Mel didn't know who her baby daddy was.
No.
That,
I'm about to disagree with you on that because Martell put it out there for her to sit up here and say that. Now, Martell
Yes,
had to
But
put it
yes.
out
it's
there.
not her first time talking about those kids.
yeah,
It
it's
ain't
not
the
the
first
first
Like,
time
don't get me
talking about
wrong,
them kids.
the what she said specifically, like, yeah, he may have insinuated that first,
He
but
did.
that's not her second time talking about those kids. She talks about those kids on
She
live all the
said
time
it,
before
and
that
she
shit.
continues to go at those children.
She
I
goes
never
with those
said-
children, but what I really need Mel to do is get her read game up
I
and to
just
really
need her.
just deal with her where she is. Wanda is ignorant. She's subpar. She's a gutter snipe. This woman is
And got to speak for
worthy. She's not even worthy of any real attention. The first time
bottom of the
Wanda would have
barrel.
came at me about the paternity of my child, I would have told her, well, I would think you know about that, considering you got a husband, a boyfriend, and your name abounds in all the streets of
Not
Bessemer,
even
Alabama.
that.
See, I
When
know
she
who
made
she
that
is.
comment about that hair, I would have told about her plastic hair.
Not
So we
even
could have
that.
nipped this in the bud years ago.
And the thing
Yes.
with Letitia is Letitia knows how to get her mom under control, but Letitia's not going to do that because Letitia likes it. Letitia is a coward. She's another one. She's a coward. She throws a rock. She hides her hand behind her mama, behind Marceau, because just the sorriest female I've ever seen walking around on television or off. I've never seen that before in my life.
Talking about
I have.
talking about there needs to be boundaries on both sides. Well, you know how to control your mama. You know how to dog whistle to her to make her buck at your behalf. And let's be clear, Wanda, let me tell you this. Just because you didn't raise your child at your little, listen, I'm not going to judge you because you had your kid early, but she is not a child anymore. That's a grown adult. She a year older than my mama. She's a legit year older than my mother. Just because you didn't raise her during her formative years and you jealous and you upset that where she is where you possibly wanted to be in life, but the way you was brought up and the way you was raised, the lackluster raising you got and the lackluster raising they did to Tisha, does not mean you get to sit up here and talk about people's kids. This is not the first time. This is not the second time. This is not the third time you've talked about them people's kids. And it's not going to be the last. They have to fight for their children because those children can't fight for themselves.
But
On top of that,
forgetting that Melody also said that Tisha daddy was in her DMs? Are we forgetting that part?
We're not forgetting that part, but I think the thing that kind of irks me about that whole conversation with Wanda and with this whole situation is that, okay, you said that Tisha's the pettiness between all of them is basically a continuation of a back and forth. Mel got her baby in your DMs, and then Wanda came back saying, well, who's your baby daddy? See, to me, that's what I'm saying. At that particular point, if Mel's read game was where it was supposed to be, you won't even be annoyed. Everybody can look at Sugar Mom, look at his ears on all 5 of his kids, and know none of them
that's that man kids.
They all got that funny shaped head. No shade.
Unfortunately, kids look like him. Unfortunately, them kids, well, the Eminem kids look like a perfect mixture of their mom and their daddy.
Not unfortunately.
Unfortunately, the kids look. I don't like that man. Y'all know I don't like that man.
But that man is still handsome now. Don't be saying unfortunately.
I mean, I'm gonna go ahead. I mean, he's decent looking, and he knows pick well.
He's a beady-eyed troll.
I mean, he is, but he's decent looking, and he knew how to pick some help. He got some good help. So
tight clothes and a funny shaped head. Go ahead though.
He got a yeast infection.
Yeah, among other things.
Oh my God.
Among other things. But no, I kind of think that if it was a situation like even at the Galentine's Day party when we're going back and forth like that, I just really wish, or even the situation with the team wife shirt and Miss Vanessa, I was like, Miss Vanessa, okay. I don't know why it would have just been so hard to say. I get tired of people coming after my child. So yes, I posted her trying to be funny.
I agree. Yes.
I agree with that too.
Got your sales up, and what? Now what you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I mean,
that's what it was.
They both do the same thing. Instead of being honest in their truth, they walk away from it, hide from it like it's a scary thing. When people coming after you, it's okay to respond, but you sitting there playing in our face and acting like you're not responding.
Well, see, Lucky Charms, I think this is where this is what you and I were agreeing upon earlier, is that I think in their minds they're taking the high road. If it wasn't so obvious that this is what you were doing, you're being passive aggressive. So don't try to act like you didn't do what you did.
Yep, I agree.
Listen, I didn't talk that a long time ago. It's like, can y'all stop trying to take the hot? Listen, I get y'all don't want to get down the gutter with these people because nobody like.
No, they've been down in the gutter.
You would have to throw away every single piece of clothing you own if you tried to get to their level. Because, but
I just think that if I was Mel, I wouldn't even listen. If you got everything going on like you say you do, why does it even matter what somebody say about your kids? Like, if you're busy in what you're doing and you paying attention to your career and all your businesses and things, just don't even give them the fuel, because obviously Letitia and all the rest of them want to rise out of Mel because they're still not liking that woman for whatever. Now Mel has to be an adult to not respond, but she's part petty too. So that we're not gonna bypass her pettiness and the slick stuff that she say and everything. But this whole thing with Letitia and her mama, that's not gonna ever change until that lady's in the ground.
Y'all can't
I
expect
think
it to.
she had a right to say something for her kids
Yes.
because the kids are going to grow up one day and see that she's not
She
saying
did,
anything.
and I
But
understand that, and that's
I
a
don't
conversation she probably should have had with Wanda, but not to the extent of it's gonna cause a whole ruckus and everybody gonna get all in their feels, and it's at somebody that you
Can-
don't even like
Can I jump in really
establishment
quick?
anymore.
Can I
Let
jump
me,
So
in
yeah,
really
let
go
me,
quick?
ahead.
the,
I
the
was just
one
saying my
thing that
2 cents.
she
That was
does
it.
that I don't agree with is this keep going back about Martell and who Martell sleeping with and who Martell not. You are divorced from this jackass. Why do you care?
Thank you.
Facts. Why do you need to
Why do
know who
you care?
he's sticking his
Why do you
paintbrush in? I don't understand that.
Ooh,
But
why
Not
did you tell
paintbrush.
Kimmy?
I really don't get
Why
the
did you
impression.
tell Kimmy that?
I
Why
don't.
did you feel the need to tell Kimmy that
wait.
Melanika and Martell slept together at some
snatched it.
point?
But that's the thing.
Why?
She
Didn't
didn't
she ask
say
her if
that.
she knew Melnika?
Yeah,
Isn't that how it
Kimmy
came
brought
up?
Yes.
She was like,
Okay,
"Let's
so
plan the event," and she explained,
No.
well, she was our wedding
Kimmy
planner.
Kimmy brought it up. Kimmy was telling her about everybody that was like at the Atlanta 2.0 trip. And she said Melanika. And she said, I know her.
And
She
she
was
said,
my
"That's
wedding
interesting, right?"
planner. Yeah, she was like, she was my wedding planner. She quit 2 weeks before the wedding. She said Martell had been cheating on her and trying to flirt with the assistant or however like that went down. And what she said was because a lot of people, like, oh, she said that, he was cheating or they're sleeping together currently. That's not what she said.
That's not
She
what
said, in my current 36 years of life, when I look back on it and I think about it, I think they did have something going on in the past. And then as people were recounting the story to other people, Tisha Jr., quit being the bone collector. Destiny,
No, no.
Destiny, stop talking about, oh, yeah, she said you were sleeping together currently. She said, when I look back at the past, they possibly had something going on. So that was a thought. Now, when we get to this episode, them two dum-dums
Confirmed it all.
No, the
confirmed it
Cardinal,
all.
I went back and watched it. Before they went to break, it sounded like that. But when they
Yep, they
went back
did.
and came back from the break and replayed that episode, there was another edit to that. Because
Exactly.
Kimmy said, well, she's married. What does married mean? And that's what Melody said. What does married mean? Because Kimmy mentioned to her that, well, Melanika's married. Why
But
would
that
she be?
But here's I wanted to know was like how they did the edit. Was her saying, well, she's married? Does that mean she was married back then? Or does that mean, well, why are you saying this now?
but
Because
I
She's
don't know.
married now.
I kind of I
She's married now, but we don't know how long she's been married. And
that's my thing. I was like,
I think my thing for that is that why would you even bring this woman's situation up like that, regardless if they were dating each other or whatever they had in the past? Why would you bring this woman's situation up with Martell on camera and she's a married woman?
I can see
Why
your.
would you
Yep.
do that?
I also think the bigger point that people are missing is that, and I don't remember who said it. Cheating is something that happens every day, and I do think
mhm.
that that's unfortunate. But I think it's more unfortunate that we have normalized ourselves to accept that. That's not appropriate, no matter
No,
who.
I ain't accepting no damn cheating.
So,
I wish
No,
yeah,
nobody's
I'm
accepting
saying
No,
it.
what
nobody's
I
like,
what I
Nobody's
no,
accepting
no,
Loretta
it.
Bobby.
let me finish my point. My point is that when I hear people say that, they say it like, it's become, let me say it this way, it's become so commonplace that it doesn't seem to hold the same level of accountability or shame. This is my opinion. And I think that what people also realize is that Mel has covered for Martell their entire marriage. She has
mhm.
covered to make him look good. She has covered to make him look decent. She has covered to make him do a lot of things. I think when she has those moments where she gets slick at the mouth, where he's concerned about his behavior or things that he's done, that woman is tired of covering for him. And I think that, to be perfectly honest, she's still covering for him because we don't know the full depth of the foolishness that she went through with that man. And so I
I
think
agree.
that we need
That's
That's
true.
I really
supposed
feel
to come
like,
from.
so I understand your point, Lucky Charms. When you over a person, I don't bring up any exes that I ain't dealing with anymore. She's still hurt. So I kind of feel like there are moments when that comes out, but I don't think that she is, like I could see it better if she was going to different cast members and saying, well, what's Martell doing? Well, I heard he was doing this. That would make me feel like she really cared. But if
She
you're
ain't got no friends.
I don't see that. I'm gonna say what I have to say about it, and then I'm gonna go on. Well, yeah, he was probably messing around with her at that time or whatever. Yeah, this and that. But that it would be different to me if she were actually going on the hunt for these conversations. But people bring it to her, and she responds the way she sees fit, and I think that's okay.
Did people? Okay, so did any? Okay, but what about this Melanika conversation? Because was that broad to me? Because I don't even remember how that conversation became about. That was that broad to Melody or what?
Kimmy brought it up.
Kimmy brought
Kimmy,
Medium brought it up.
in the
Kimmy
first.
brought it up. Okay.
Yeah, Kimmy brought it up in the first place.
After they went to go
Looking
try
back,
out their nasty ass wine.
but
yeah,
I
and
still don't
that
understand why
conversation.
she mentioned that part about Martell. I
Oh,
think
good.
she could
My
have
bad.
just led with the, oh, she was my wedding planner, and she told me Martell did this, such and such and such. But why did she had to put that in notation that Martell and her might have messed around?
Well, I think she
Why
was
did she
actually
have to put
trying to.
that out there?
She might have been digging at Kimmy because remember, Kimmy was like, Martell's such a good guy, even after all that happened. I think that was probably her being petty, saying,
Well,
no good guy again.
Okay, well, shit, let it go.
well, didn't she? I mean, didn't she do exactly what we all? I mean, everybody's been because I've been agreeing with you guys. Didn't she do exactly what we said that she should do? Just like put it on the table, stop trying to be like low key about it.
Yeah,
Kimmy asked her like, "How do you know her?" She was my wedding planner. She quit.
yeah.
But 2 weeks before the wedding, why? Well, she said Martell was cheating,
And
and she got so mad at him that she quit.
and we can't
Okay.
determine when Mel is supposed to get over this. I don't know why people act like when you break up with your ex in real life, none of us have to still keep working with this man. None of us are tethered to this man with 4 or 5 kids. Her situation is very different. It's public. It's out front. So when I hear people say, "Oh, well, she needs to get over it," you can't decide that woman ought to be over that right now.
Yeah,
You know,
because
I
I'd
just
be
say right
murderous.
now,
I ain't
but
gonna
she
lie.
needs
I
to
don't
start
think I'd
healing.
ever get
Exactly.
over it. I'd
She
be
needs to start
you
getting
might be
self
over
healing
it
or
in
something.
24 hours. Somebody else might be over it in 24 years. We're all different. But I just kind of think that a lot of times, people forget that when we deal with our issues, we get to deal with them privately. They living their stuff out in front of millions of people.
Okay, she chose to do that.
Oh,
Thank you. That was what I was about to say. She's
She
on a
chose to do
nationally
that.
syndicated
That's a
television
choice.
show, and the ball was dropped, the bomb exploded, and she got to deal with it because she's on this show. Now she could have bowed out the show, and she could have left the show. I'm pretty sure, she could have
She
been
would have
in a
been
lower
successful without
capacity.
it.
And I
Sure should
understand,
have.
that comes with the territory because of the choice she made. So what I'm saying though is that she's dealing with it, but let her deal with it the way she wants. We don't get to dictate what that looks like. She is dealing with it.
I ain't
Yep.
never dictated how she wants to deal with it. But I'm saying she made that choice, just like she made that choice to have Sugar Mama, knowing that this month then cheated on her ass multiple times. So, like I
Yep.
said, choices have been made by her. I'm not saying when she should move on or when she should let the shit go, but I'm tired of it being played out every single goddamn episode. Like, come on now.
Mhm.
well, I
Every
get that
episode.
too, but I got a question. Why, when they're not arguing about their relationship and the breakdown of it, the ratings are low? Somebody like watching them argue.
And honestly, I'm gonna
That's
say
because it's
I,
some toxic motherfuckers that be. Oh, I'm sorry. It's some
wow.
toxic people that going through this stuff they damn self. I'm just saying.
But I
Because
think
I
the other
don't care
part
for
too.
they arguing. I be fast forwarding. Don't nobody want to hear that bull swanky all the time. Ain't nobody trying
Not
to hear no
bull
arguing.
swanky.
Well, no, I would go
Can
ahead
we get to Letitia
and
and
but
Marceau? Can we
Letitia and
please get
Marceau.
to these
Oh,
two?
I always got time for them two liars.
Also, what Letitia playing dress up and playing CEO. That part.
Are we talking
Oh,
about her composition notebook cover for that laptop? Are
We're
we
not gonna
talking
look at
about
my
that
story
house?
like that.
Are we talking about the property that's on top of a cave
I want
that
to talk
they
about that
should have?
lawsuit that people say that's going
Child,
on.
it's real, and it's real. I know it's real because public records is a beautiful thing,
We love
and
it.
the reason why that lawsuit even got kicked off for them to be countersued is because Marceau, I guess the
Toothless.
acting president of Skolt
Toothless.
Industries, he put a lien on Zen Gardens.
Hold on, Renner Ricardo. Before you continue, Catherine, they're saying they can't hear you. I don't know if you far away from your device or not, but they can hear you, but they can't hear
It sounds like
you.
you're like
Oh,
really
because
far
my
away.
microphone was covered up. My bad.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay,
Renner
so
Ricardo.
like I said, public records is a beautiful thing. And unfortunately for the people down to the Huntsville, Madison County, where Huntsville is located, their public records are very public. Okay. All you got to do is get your little login and go up in there. It's not like as protected as you would think it is. It's public records.
But
why
what's
are we so
So,
invested in
so
these
with
people's
that being
business like this?
because I'm
Now
bored.
wait a minute now.
I get bored and I go
Let's be
looking for stuff.
fair.
Now
But
you ain't got to be that goddamn boy. I'm sorry.
You
Go
ain't got
ahead.
well,
to.
well,
But
here's the
no.
Let's
thing.
be fair. If we're gonna
Listen,
dig all into
I'm gonna let
Marcel's
you have
business,
it
we can
because
dig
I'm
all
gonna
here's
into the
let me
here's
sky.
the
go
thing.
ahead.
I very much have a life, but if I'm bored, other than looking at this stuff, I also don't like when people sit up here and lie about everything. So spray your own tea before somebody else does it. Now, I already knew about this lawsuit because I had looked because I was actually trying to see if what the people were saying was true about Humpwig signing her name on all the paperwork. That's what I was looking for originally because I was like,
Mhm.
now I don't believe that. I didn't believe she would sign her name on everything. And then finding
Question,
out she did sign her name on everything, that's when I looked and saw the lawsuit. So Marcel, the acting president of Scold Industries, signed to have a lien put on Zen Gardens for the tune of $804,315,000.35. He kicked this off, and it was the domino effect that followed. So I knew about it. I saw the paperwork. I was like, well, I'm not gonna do nothing because it's gonna come out eventually. I figured it was gonna happen. I didn't say nothing to nobody except for one person. And then when somebody reported on it, they was like, we was just talking about it. I was like, yep, and I knew it was gonna happen.
So what is the lien? What was the lien for, Ricardo?
It was for, I guess they had done some like renovations because it was like Zen Gardens is an apartment like complex. So it was like, oh, for renovations, it's something to do with the owner. It was just like, oh, exhibit A. And that's like the last thing you see for that. And it's just like, we had like I had heard about them having apartment buildings where they were called slumlords.
Yeah, I heard that too.
So I was like, is Zen Gardens the apartment building where y'all called slumlords? But then it's just like, well, y'all said y'all own those apartments, and Zen Gardens is an apartment complex, and Zen Gardens LLC owns that apartment complex. So y'all decided to sue them. Now they are being countersued by Zen Gardens and Eva Bank, which is a bank that they have a lot of mortgages through.
Mm.
Well, it's being said that they were doing work for Zen Gardens, and I guess the work wasn't up to par, so the payment for the construction work was being held. So they were suing for their like I
But
said, the payment for the
yeah,
work.
yeah,
But
the
Zen
payment.
Gardens is countersuing because I guess whatever the contractual agreement was, they weren't honoring
Mhm.
it. The
So
sculpt company.
and they were trying to in the paperwork that he signed as the president, and he was affirming that everything what he was signing was true. They were like, well, signing for what Too Feisty said, like that was in there. And then they were like, oh, also for lawyer fees and court fees and anything else that becomes a fee after we do this.
Wow.
So let me use my master's of public administration to allow you to understand that after COVID-19, the
Oh,
supply chain industry had a breakdown in their logistics. So builders, constructions, anything with supplies is low. There's a logistic issues when it comes to the construction industry, healthcare, anything with needing supplies, especially in the supply chain, is low. So if they're doing something and it's not going up to par, I guarantee it's because of the supply chain the limits of the supply chain industry. I'm getting the house built myself. I was supposed to be in my house in March. It is now almost November, and I'm just now closing.
we just got to October. Don't say it's almost November.
Oh no, my
No,
my my, my closing date is not till November.
Oh, okay.
So again, it's supply chain issues. You talking about people that build homes. There are a lot of issues going on with that. So you got to be able to be careful when looking for information and not understanding the background of what's going on with that information.
I
Yeah,
don't
it
think
might
it's the
be a
same
lien.
thing because they're
It might
saying
be a
it
lien.
wasn't done correctly, not that it wasn't done in time.
Yes, it might not have been done correctly the way that they wanted to be done. Because a lot of things that I wanted with my home is not done correctly because that's not what I wanted, but that's what was available. You see what I'm saying? We gotta be careful with going to look for information and not have the whole context behind it.
I know
Oh,
exactly what I was looking for. I knew it was a lien. That's what I said. Now, if you would like to see it for yourself, because I'm gonna get off of here before I get really upset, because I don't like people questioning my character, because I didn't put none of this out. I waited until it came out to
I
say
wasn't
what I
questioning her
knew.
your character though.
What I
Well,
knew.
yeah, we're
What
not
I
questioning
knew.
your character.
No, saying, well, you listen. What I saw, I was like, it's a lien. He signed it and said he was the president of Scolt. I looked at it and I said, you know what? I'm gonna leave it alone. It then came out, and here's the problem with this. Y'all could have, like, I get it. Pandemic stuff is not going the way people want it to, especially when you're in construction and you're building and you're doing renovations. But if they honestly did business the correct way, none of this would be happening. Other than the fact that, yeah, the pandemic did hinder a lot of people in getting houses built. When it comes to their house being built, they can't even get anything built on that property because A, there's a cave on the property, and B, there's something going on with the water to where it would be illegal for them to do that.
But I think without being able to see the lawsuit, it's kind of difficult for us to comment because we've not seen it. But I think listening to what y'all have described, two things are probably happening here. He probably put some type of workman's or vendor's lien in place because of the work that Bolt had already done. And their countersuit was almost kind of like a breach of contract if he didn't do it up to specs the way they originally contracted to have it done. I don't think it's a far stretch that they probably have difficulty doing good business, and probably went the cheap route, even with the supply chain issues. And I think just a lack of acumen in that area. But I do think at this point it's interesting, and I think it's going to be the first of many things we're going to see around their fake business empire crumbling in the upcoming days.
Yeah, I don't think they have the infrastructure in their company to do a large project. I think they're used to doing smaller projects like homes and single story buildings, not necessarily like multi-level apartment complexes. And I think that may be the issue. They took on the task too big for them to handle.
Because we still haven't seen this high rise that Tisha owns. We haven't seen this complex that we've not anything but Black Cigar Lounge and this hilltop.
And here's the
whole bunch of
thing.
dirt.
Well, I would say that I've been to let me be messy real fast.
Don't be messy, Scotty. Be messy.
Go
Because
ahead.
I've been to these people's businesses when I was in Huntsville. I went to Black and I went to Madani.
How many customers were in Madani?
It was just me and my friend.
Okay, so the store is bald headed. Gotcha.
Yeah, very bald headed. It was
Two
very
white
bald
people.
headed.
Stop it.
It wasn't no one in there. When I walked in, we thought it was just open and we could have just ran in there, got whatever we wanted to, and ran the fuck out.
Was
But
there a lot on the shelves, Scott?
it was a lot on the shelves. It was very,
that's
very full. Very
good.
neat, very clean. They don't have a lot of customers, so I'm pretty sure they don't have to sweep the floors or nothing like that. But
Gotcha.
I mean, after you purchasing that hard ass brush, it would
yeah,
be no
that
hard
brush
to-
is hard as hell. It's still
That
sitting
shit
on my
look
computer
hard.
desk. It's terrible. But however, it was only one person in there working. She was very nice. But when I went to Black, it seems smaller than it looks on TV. I don't know why, but it seems
Because it was.
It looks small on TV. And that's no shade. I'm not saying you got to have a huge business. I'm just saying it looks small for real.
It looks smaller because it was. And that's
to me, it looks bigger on TV than it does in person.
Well,
You're
you know,
right.
the camera adds 10,
I
15
thought it was
pounds
big,
stuff.
too.
Hell.
Yeah.
You're right. I think it's okay. And I think I actually applaud the fact that they, quite honestly, Marceau is the bros and all these other Black men and fraternities have discovered cigars and whiskey and cognac, capitalize on what's paying right now, Marceau. So really very smart business decision. But I think realistically speaking, I think that's all they really have kind of going on by way of businesses that are kind of operating. And to the other person's point that you mentioned, they're used to building houses, and not only building, but they're not doing it by themselves. They've always had to be working and partnered with somebody. So this is something, I think they're a growing company. So listening to Letitia say, I've taken this company from, nothing to a multi-million-dollar business. Where?
Just lying.
It's amazing to me that, it's amazing to me how her speech impediment comes and goes, but she lies perfectly.
But wait. And to answer the question that's in the chat, Black is actually it is nice on the inside. It's just a little too small for me, but it is nice on the
Wait.
inside. Jalen makes great drinks, by the way.
Scotty, I
That's
have a
'cause
question
he
about
worked
Black.
there. He do everything. He the love
When
and
you went,
secretary.
was there a lot of staffing in Black?
I only saw Jalen, and then it was like this other girl that came in like right before me and my friend was
nobody.
getting ready to leave. So it was mainly Jalen and somebody else.
Was
Oh,
Jalen
and
doing
my
like
baby daddy
double
Jalen. I
duty?
said hi.
Nobody.
Was
and then they
Jalen
play good
doing double
music in there
duty?
too. They do. I will say they play good music in there. They
So
play my
Miss
type of
Diva,
music.
when you
Somebody asked
said
me what time of day it was. It was around 3 o'clock in the afternoon when we came up in there.
Was he pulling like double duty, like doing more than one task at one time? I'm asking. I'm not.
try to be honest.
Ooh, the shade, the shade.
All I know is that he made me and my friend drink, and I was drunk as fuck when I left. That's all I
He was
know.
the
Ooh, he's
general
a
manager
heavy-handed
and the
pour.
bartender. Okay, gotcha.
Gotta
So,
appreciate a
so they
heavy-handed
still
pour.
don't have people working in their establishment. Great business. Okay.
He
Well,
was very nice person.
I mean,
Very
it
nice.
couldn't be
Seems
great
nice.
business if and here's the thing: if
Now, Ricardo,
Tisha,
you know that was sarcasm, right?
if Tisha is such, I know, but if Tisha is such the boss she claims to be, and her name is on everything, because I swear it is. I saw it for myself. I was like, why'd you do this? Why? If y'all so great at business and we got $1 million company and we're gonna make billions, and it's just like, okay, I guess Miss Girl. Why did you allow your husband, who looked like he just removed his top row of dentures, to allow the trademark for Black Cigar Lounge to, be abandoned?
Well, I try not to talk about people's teeth, being that I just
Please
got
don't.
mine
I do.
done.
You can't
I
trust
do
people
it.
that are stupid. You
I'm
can't
not
trust
gonna
people
do
that don't
it,
have
and
teeth,
that's
and
what
you
we
can't
not
trust the
gonna do.
bald.
Look,
And since Marceau has no hair and no teeth at the top, he is
Being
not
that I've just been
trusted.
on a journey for the last 2 years getting
I
mine
do it. He
done, I
untrustworthy.
can't talk about
He's
people's
No,
teeth.
no.
bald and has no teeth.
So I
But
got
you
the one
had
last
teeth,
year, and
Scotty.
all
You
four of
had
my
teeth.
They were just
teeth
fucked
is
up.
under
You
my
had
tongue,
teeth
so
though.
we not
had
gonna
It is
talk
teeth.
different
about
when you got a
that.
whole front missing.
wow.
We're not gonna talk about who.
We not gonna
No,
talk
I
about
was
teeth
saying
in
I try
general.
not to talk about people's teeth, being that
No,
I
not
just got mine
you.
done.
Somebody else that I can't.
No, I'm saying I got a denture. That's why I feel offended when you
Oh,
say that.
well, I'm not trying to. Sorry, I'm
No, but
sorry
see,
that.
I want to comment on that because I did talk about his teeth. If you wearing dentures, you care about your smile. I don't
Mhm.
think there's anything wrong with wearing dentures, but to
No,
just walk around with your lip covering your gum like that on
Got it.
television with no shame, you can't trust people that do that.
you
Like
can't.
Marlon Mama.
But yeah,
But
Is
we
Marcel
knew that man
what
ain't
comes
had no
out of
teeth.
his mouth?
We just gonna be
Marcel sounds smart to himself and other dumb people. Period.
wait, when he was like,
not to other.
I'm gonna
Oh,
let
wait.
Tisha go on a date with Martell, and Tisha's a good girl. She's a good girl on the first date, and I was like, this is awkward, and I feel very uncomfortable. Can y'all get him off my screen?
Yeah, but when you even look at that, if y'all remember one part of that conversation, and this is what I say about Letitia and Marceau, that is just crazy. Martell, he actually came after Martell on the cool again, saying, "Well, Martell's a cheater." Ha 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 ha. When he
Oh my god!
He does that though. I
does, and
personally think this little
my thing is,
stalemate between him and Martell. See, Martell is in a position of need right now. But I think once Martell gets his footing again, it's gonna pop off between the two of them again. And I think it's gonna be triggered by Marceau's comments. He makes a lot of comments that are unnecessary in the moment.
yes, he does.
When he was
And
like,
people, because Martell, like I said, he already ain't all that. He already ain't got that many screws tightened upstairs, so
I'm gonna let y'all
you
keep
can see it in
coming
his
for my
face as
husband.
he's actively biting his
"Yeah, well,
tongue to not
uh-uh."
respond.
I'm not
But
gonna let y'all keep coming for my husband now.
Well, your husband is
Wait, I was
terrible.
about to
who,
say,
Martell or Marceau? Because I got smoke for both. I ain't gonna
I'm
lie.
talking about Marcel. Y'all gonna stop
I
talking
got
about
smoke
Not
for all
that
three.
being your husband.
Love, and I want you to just
Only
want
you
more
niggas
because
on
of
this
them.
show is trash.
Ew.
well, okay, if that's your husband, we need to stop and have a moment of prayer, sis.
Yeah, thank you.
Where are the praying grandmothers?
I got smoke for
Where
all
Hey,
three.
are
hold
the
on.
praying
No, I'm sorry.
grandmothers?
Marcel, my brother-in-law. So I be getting him
Too
and Maurice
feisty.
confused.
Too feisty. You got smoke for two of
Well,
them.
I
I
would
got
take
smoke for all
Apollo
three.
Night over
I
there.
think all the Scott men are weirdos. I'm here to talk
I
about
got.
Mark. I ain't gonna lie. All this right here,
Oh
this is
yeah.
just background.
Okay,
I'm
so
ready.
I want to
okay,
see
so
what Mark look like.
since you brought up Mark,
That's why I keep
Lord,
quiet.
did
Is he
something
here?
What y'all got to say about Mark?
Tag me in,
Because
coach. Tag me
Oh
in.
yeah, tag me in.
Crazy.
I
Tag
think
me in
Mark is
too.
dusty.
Mark is
I think he's a
thirsty, but
homosexual.
Besides the fact that he is crazy, confused, just a weirdo all the way around, and I understand why Miss Van is lying about that relationship. I get it. I
I
wouldn't
think
put
he's a
that on my baby.
not
homosexual.
lying. Ooh.
No, he said I put 20. He basically made a whole Instagram post talking about he put 20 on 10 and it never happened. But I want to get to, you know, legs, hips, and body yada yada. You know who I'm talking about, Marco. Come to the carpet. Come to the carpet, Miss Girl. For you to sit up there talking about, oh, Miss Van was in love with my brother and she was paying his child support. That's not
Ew.
cute. You basically
Ew.
said your brother was a band. You basically said your brother was broke and he couldn't pay his child support, and basically he was gonna get locked up if somebody didn't help him. And that then proves to me that y'all don't give a damn about y'all family. Because if it was really that deep, if somebody else, as you say, but I don't believe a word that come out your mouth. Because if
He
your
also
lips are, if
said
your gums are moving, you lying, you lying, you lying. Megan Trainor
oh,
said the lips, I say the gums. If your gums are moving, you're lying.
he also said Miss Van took the trip to go see him. I was like, that means his ass don't have a goddamn car
Thank
if she
you.
He
driving
Thank
to
don't
go
you.
have a
see him.
That's why I
car.
said
He
I
don't
want to
have a
see what the hell he looked
house.
like, and I want to know if the D was
He not
cute,
that.
was
He
it
not cute.
big,
I'm
He not
was
telling
it
cute.
y'all, I
long?
think he's a homosexual. I
He
think that's what it
is.
is.
Not a
He
homosexual.
is.
Go to
And then
bed.
his
Go
first
to
wife.
bed.
And then let's get on the fact that those Coke bottles, it already been said that Mark was the one who put them together. And this was way before this episode. The Coke bottles was already Mark put them together. Him talking about, oh, my mama said that I was gonna meet a woman named Vanessa and we was gonna get married and that was gonna be my best marriage yet. Your mama ain't said nothing like that. And for Tisha to back that up, y'all both delusional. Okay,
Well,
just
we know Tisha smoking some. Oh, I'm sorry.
she's smoking hopium. That's what she's smoking. She's smoking
I
opium.
got 99 problems and the
Man, the
biggest one is
biggest
One
one
is
is
me.
me.
Talking about my mama said this and my mama said that. We don't even know y'all mama. Y'all mama popped up once and went on about her business.
Well, see,
We
this
don't even know who
Wait,
raised
her
oh,
mama.
y'all.
but
Hey,
but
mama was on the
can we
episode.
call Mother Scott to the front so she can explain how to raise this brood?
All three of them raggedy in some form of shape. Some way they raggedy.
I
I
mean,
want to talk to
Like,
and then
Mark's
she looks
ex.
like a very
she
sweet
was on the
lady.
show.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know,
I
Scotty. You
need
should interview her. I
I
have
need them to
questions.
bring her.
interview who?
The ex.
Mark's ex-wife, who was on the show, who's friends with Kimmy, and that's the one who was telling them
Come on,
basically.
Patricia.
That was his
Yep.
ex-wife.
Yes, Patricia is
Scotty,
the
we need to make that
ex-wife.
happen, babe.
I did not know that was his ex-wife.
Okay,
Yes.
can I say this? Because
Go
I
ahead.
promise you, I'm sorry. I really did come up here to discuss Mark. And I had to gather one of the girls in Terrence's comments earlier because she didn't understand what my point was, and hopefully she's listening. So, for those that don't know what a homosexual is, HOBO, that is a man who sleeps with people for a place to sleep,
Mhm.
a place to lay his head. A
I know
hot
what
time
you
and a
were
hot
saying.
meal, that is what a hobosexual
Too
is.
feisty,
I
tag me in.
suspect he is one. They made it a point, not just this time, but several other times, for someone who is not on this show. They make it a point to bring him up quite often.
Yep.
And he's like an omniscient presence in this cast. He even trolls the YouTubes
He
Yeah,
do.
videos. He's
on Terrence
probably
page.
watching right now. Hopefully he is.
Hey,
So
homosexual.
I feel like since they make it a point to bring him up so much, we need to learn more about Mark.
Yes.
If Miss Van is driving hours to get to you, perhaps you don't have a vehicle.
Or
I
a
If
hoe.
couldn't pick
she was
another
paying
guy.
your child support, that
They
tells me
have
that
no
you're
job.
broke and a
Mm-hmm.
deadbeat. And I just
Mm-hmm.
wanted to know, is he in fact a deadbeat? I have several questions.
I want some. I want the
Also,
answer to the
I want to
question.
My
tap.
my point is though, I'm sorry guys. My point is they keep using him and this relationship between he and Miss Van to shame her. When
Mm-hmm.
in fact the read that Marceau thought was for her was really towards his brother. Why isn't your brother paying his own child support?
Mm-hmm.
Why does he not feel uncomfortable making a woman pay child support for his child?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Let's talk about that. That's the real topic.
Now
Also
we
want
don't
to
know if
add
he put a
on.
gun to her head and said, pay my child support." She probably did it by choice. Like I said, I want to know if the D was that goddamn good. Because if it was, I'd be paying your child support too, nigga.
I think
I
all of the Scott men have this thing about them where they latch on to women who either are have something going on for themselves or have some type of upward mobility. Like I feel like Kimmy had something established for herself. So boom, here comes Maurice. And then Tisha had a lot of potential. So then boom, here comes Marceau. I feel like that's a thing with the men in their family. And they just like to take credit for the hard work of the women in their lives. I think that's what he was trying to do with Miss Van. I feel like that was his intention.
I want to add this.
I have a lot of questions about Mark.
Yes, I want to add a hobosexual because I've known some homosexuals in my life. I am not one of them, and I don't do that. Okay, don't come over here with that. But I've known a few homosexuals. Some of them family members of mine. It's so sad. But homosexuals,
the colder months are coming, and they are on the prowl.
Yes, they are on the prowl. They need a place to stay,
and they all good in bed. So don't be fooled.
They need hot food. They need a place to stay. They need a place to shower. And if you have kids, they will be eating up your kids' snacks. Now, a homosexual. A homosexual. Wait, let me.
Wait a minute. Chef Dun said, "Be careful with him, child, because he would try to take a page down in 2.5 seconds." Yeah, be careful, child, because he do be watching my shit.
Okay, so a homosexual. I also wanted to
this is alleged.
Alleged. You're an alleged homosexual. But I also wanted to add a homosexual, like they don't have a sexual preference. They go wherever the wind blows. Whoever is willing to get sex for exchange of housing, they will go there. They don't care who you are, where you live, how old you are, as long as it's consensual age.
Many a man and woman has been caught up by one.
They will try to
go outside.
They will try to get your grandmas. They will try to get your grandpas. They would try to get the great aunties. If they could, they would try to get the people down to the nursing home if that was allowed. Y'all be on the prowl. Be watching them because they do like to get with the older folks. And when I say older folks, I mean the senior citizens, and they will try to take them for everything they got. Be careful on them homosexuals.
It sounded like she wised up though, because if he was really pushing marriage and she never married him, then clearly she saw something that was like unappealing, and then she got up out of there while the getting was good. I'm just saying, like, I don't get me wrong. I personally would rather eat a jean jacket than to pay somebody child support. Raw, I'd eat it raw. But I'm not focused on what, like, she grown and he grown. Like if she, everybody done double dabbled at some point in their life. I'm saying that they just keep trying to shame her, like even Tisha, she talking to Martell, which again, you this boss, you this CEO, you got this $1 million company. This man is talking to you about business, and you talking about his ex-mother-in-law. Where's the professionalism? But okay, she made it a point to say, well, she used to work for us, and she called Marceau Mr. Marceau. It's like they keep trying to shame that woman. And don't get me wrong, like I get it, they've all been engaging in some like petty back and forth, but the read ain't landing for me because y'all are really proving this man to be about nothing. Like he sounds like a deadbeat. I want to know.
I mean, she already called that lady a hoe on national television.
He absolutely is a deadbeat, but I think Miss Vanessa, they keep on bringing up your point too, Feisty. This is a moment where, and I understand why she would not.
Well, hell,
but it
called her a couple of times.
Well, I'm just saying, I think at this point, what would take the wind out of their sails is to say, that was we dated, and that's my business.
Yes, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, I agree with you when you say she needs to just be honest. I mean, not she, excuse me, her and Mel, they kind of just tiptoe around it, and I would just come straight like, okay, and I sat on it and spun around on the
I would never admit that.
I moved on.
I would never admit that.
That was I would have been like, yeah, I paid the child support because his dusty ass couldn't pay for it.
I was trying to be nice.
Matter of fact, I'm not trying to be funny, but
I would take that as a lesson.
We dated. We got to know each other as friends. It grew into something that I found was not sustainable. And as a friend, I tried to help him by helping him out financially in other ways until I realized my help. Boom.
And then I told him he had to pay his own child support. That's what I would say.
Yeah, boom, and we're done. Now let's talk about this. What about Hope Manor? Scott Manor. What are we doing over there?
That's how.
Look, that shit is like
Listen,
Chateau Thelma. That shit ain't happening.
In the words of Phaedra Parks,
dirt and grass.
In the words of Phaedra Parks, I saw sticks and dirt.
Sticks, right? And
sticks and dirt.
And that would be my point for Letitia. While you trying to read me for working for y'all, sweetie, I only started working for y'all when my daughter merged with your company.
In the words of Nene Leakes,
for my daughter,
Neverland. When it becomes, when it's built, we'll call it Scott Manor. For now, it's gonna be called Neverland.
And it'll only be Scott Manor with you and Marceau living on it because Kimmy has already said, no, ma'am, no, Pam, not doing it, won't be there.
No ma'am, no ham, no turkey.
No, ma'am. Kimmy said, I will not be living on a compound with you. And she meant that.
And she also met Miss Wanda too, because she ain't got time to be over there with Miss Wanda.
Well,
Exactly.
Miss Wanda and Kimmy don't like each other no way, so
And I think for good reason, because Wanda pushes the line. That woman is not, she is not an elder. She is an old fool. And the
She's a
bottom line,
habitual line stepper.
yeah, I mean, it's just like at the point, and I honestly think that even for the show, they cut her much more grace than she deserves. She really gets more grace. Even the respect of her position as an elder, they still give it to her. But at some point, somebody gonna have to put it where she can get it for her to get the point and leave it alone. And that's facts on facts and
Yeah,
rap.
nobody can argue with that. That's
We
the
would hope
funniest
she.
part about it. Not a single person can disagree with you.
You know what?
I ain't disagreeing.
No.
I blame Carlos. You know why I blame Carlos?
Because Carlos enables that shit.
On top of that, nobody, and I have to go back to this, nobody walking this earth or, rolling on the earth or however you get around on the earth asked for a welcome to Bessemer episode. I said, don't you bring this mess over here. I said, carry down the oxygen because they're giving away the oxygen network for free
I'm
on regular
so glad I
TV
got
and they
And
need
I
a
mine.
way
won't
to
be
be
watching that
safe.
spinoff. I don't care. The
Nobody
Okay.
wants
spinoff
to
they are
see that.
actively trying to make
Okay.
happen, I will
Nobody
not be
wants to
I
watching.
see
totally
welcome
wanted
to
to
One
see
at a
that.
Bessemer.
time, one at a time.
I don't want
Nope.
to see that. That was one of the greatest sociology experiments I've ever.
Yes, it was.
I,
I
I,
wanted to see that for that reason. I want to see where the hell all of this comes from. Is everybody like this? Is this a
Yes.
different form? And apparently they have somebody else, just like Wanda, that cousin, uncle, whoever he is. This
it's a
Oh,
shit
whole.
run in the
Bernard.
family.
It's
This
a
is
whole family
genetic.
full of them. And when you see that, you get to understand why how ignorant they are and why Tisha is the smartest of them. That's why she's years to come.
That's
And
Oh,
it ain't
That's
really
why
that
I
hard
was
to be
like,
the smartest one of them. That's
oh
the
my god.
sad part.
Yeah, she really and sadly, she's always talking about all her degrees, but Tisha is living proof that they clearly give away degrees at some institutions.
oh my God.
no, we're
Oh
not
my
giving
God.
that.
I got 99 problems, and the
But the
biggest
And
biggest
the
one is
one
biggest
is
me.
one
me.
is me.
No, I'm just saying, she's, it's crazy to me. The thing is, when you actually have a certain level of acumen and intelligence, it comes out. You don't have to keep talking about that. Just like if you're a certain type of person, you don't have to keep talking about that. Tisha talking about her degrees only makes me think that you should be smarter than what you are, what I'm seeing. I
But do
Listen.
you
Can
see
I
who
can
her
I say this
husband
really quick?
is?
I want to respond to a few comments because okay, this is
Can I
my
say
thing,
something?
right? Because I like to check my bias. I'm from a very small town in South Florida. I know a lot of elders like who didn't get to finish school. They had to, leave school and work in the fields and stuff. I know a lot of people who are illiterate. I know people who are from different countries and can't read and write. They're not literate in English.
Mhm.
So it's not a lack of education in terms of my stance on Wanda. Like I said, I know people who are completely illiterate and they don't have the level of ignorance that
She
Wanda
has
has.
an
So I
emotion
don't
of
want this to
development.
correlate with being from a small town in the South. That's not the case.
Mhm.
It's specific to mindset. She
Mhm.
chooses to think and behave that way to her own detriment and to her daughter's detriment. I think my biggest issue in terms of how she behaves is she's definitely socialized her daughter to compete with other women. I think Tisha finds it necessary to compete with other women, and that's one of the reasons why she's so annoying to so many of us viewers. But when we say terms like, I just want to make sure everybody just is on the same page. When we make terms like hillbillies and stuff, like I said, I don't think the reason why she behaves that way correlates with her being from a small southern town or
Exactly.
a
I
lack of
agree with
education.
that.
She's just
No,
ignorant.
because the
No,
I
it's
best
not
think
the
we
she
fact
know
that
them
no,
she's
I
just
is
think
always
ignorant.
she's
given.
Can I say
emotionally.
something? I
Go
said
ahead.
it's
Go
not the
ahead.
fact that she's ignorant. It's the fact that she keeps getting shut up by my ex-husband because I thought it was Maurice that we was talking about, but never mind. But she keeps getting shut down by Marceau. And let's be real. I mean, she can show her intelligence all she wants, but she doesn't want to because this motherfucker keeps shutting her up. That's all I gotta say on that one.
I'm sorry,
Listen.
talking about Kimmy and Maurice now.
No, I'm
Oh,
talking
we
about
talking
Tisha.
because I got a name for him. You're not gonna like it.
Maurice is my husband. I'm sorry.
You're not gonna like the name I
Okay, so
have for him.
If Maurice
Maurice
is your husband,
is
are you tired as Kimmy is? Because
Yes,
he's
I
a
am because
child. He's a
I
child.
can't have
Cause
sex like that all the time, every day,
listen,
all day, every day. I can't do that.
Yikes.
Girl,
I did the math
I
on
wasn't
that.
talking about the sex. I'm talking about the intellectual
Oh,
intellectual issues that Kimmy
we
has
knew that nigga wasn't.
got to
Oh,
raise.
I'm sorry.
Listen, I did the math on like him wanting sex 2 times a day. 2 times a day, every day for 7 days a week is 14 times in a week. That is, if my
Upset.
calculations are correct, that's
56
742 times in a year.
That's how you know
Well,
you
that's not a bad
care about him.
thing. Let me stop.
Emotionally delayed.
Stop doing that, Scotty. That is a bad thing, especially when, here's the thing, it's a bad thing if she is doing the bulk of the work around the house. So if she's doing the cooking, the cleaning, the meal prepping, the washing, taking care of, she said, a 5-bedroom home, and she's making sure that your son and her son are okay, even though one of them is a grown man and got his own place and basically runs black all by himself, and he's a heavy-handed poor, and we could be real good friends because I like somebody who's heavy-handed with the poor, okay? And then you got the
Yes,
other
he
child
is.
who's in high school, but you still got to be on them boys because they go around here smelling like must and feet if you wasn't on them at every single turn. Now she is doing all of this on top of the fact that she put you through college, even though that college is not accredited, but they still let you take the bar. You couldn't be
they
my
did
lawyer.
say she put him through school.
You couldn't be my lawyer. You couldn't be my lawyer. Your college wasn't accredited, and even though they allowed you to take the bar and you passed it, you still wouldn't be my
He
lawyer.
thinks it's credit, girl.
I
That man
need
ain't no lawyer.
and the credit repair business,
Wow.
they basically, from the Google reviews I saw, they said it's a scam likely. That's what the Google reviews said
Most
about
credit
that.
repair businesses are.
Yeah, the Google reviews, and y'all could go see the responses that Catherine, your husband, made to them people. But them people said it's a
She
scam
put
likely
Catherine
business.
in
He
there.
about to get real busy around income tax season.
Catherine, you said that's your husband. Now listen.
I know that nigga mean the people. Shit.
Now listen. Listen.
I know that's right. You better distance yourself. I know.
Yeah. So
Catherine,
my name,
everybody come knocking on my door.
yes, my current name for that man is the former fat boy who like to chase his wife around like she a Twinkie and he about to break his diet. Because for some reason you can't leave that lady alone talking about, can we do sex for exercise? Can you give her a break? She do everything. What do you do
I
besides
have
sit
a
on your
feeling.
butt?
I have a feeling that's where that health scare is coming from. She taking on all the responsibilities, and he
Mm-hmm.
ain't doing shit. And this happens to a lot of women
Yep.
that have to be desperately tied to a man. Either some man or no piece of man is what Betty Wright said.
A piece of a man is better than no man at all.
And that's the
Fuck
biggest
that.
piece of
Fuck
bull
that.
I've
I
ever
would
Nope,
heard.
not.
nope.
Like
The
Charms.
Scots, the Scots and Martell make you don't want to have no motherfucking body.
And the truth of the matter, and the truth of the matter is, I think Kimmy's biggest issue was dealing with Maurice. See, when I was
It
growing
is.
up, my mama told me, yeah, my mama used to tell me, don't start nothing you're not gonna finish with a man because men are not flexible. And when Kimmy was dating Maurice, I think a lot of what he expects, not to say he's right, because I think that that's still ridiculous, but I think a lot of what he expects is what she did to get him. And now she's
Ooh.
compromised
Dressing up
as
as that
well.
sexy nurse and everything.
Yeah, and not only that, but here's the thing though. She compromises a lot in this relationship. Maurice is sure he's younger than Kimmy, and I think when it came down to the last couple of seasons, we've seen where Kimmy has actually had to walk back some of the things that she talked to Maurice about. Monster living with them, her having to help raise him. Kimmy was clear about that in season 1 and 2. I'm not trying to be anybody else's mama full time like that. Maurice did not care. He did what he wanted. Now she helped put him through school. She's probably carrying a lot of weight in the household financially and otherwise. And because he is the misogynistic man that he is, he doesn't feel he needs to help her with anything because you got it.
And
And
then,
I'm just supposed to
when they got married, she does this
Wait.
goofy ass voice with him when she talks to him. Where the hell did that come from? Did you marry him and lost all your sense?
Y'all.
That's that. Ooh, have y'all ever seen the Stepford Wives?
On his voice.
Have y'all ever seen the movie The Stepford Wives?
yeah,
Mm-mm.
that's what I think they all
That's
really would
yeah,
like to
that's the
yeah.
situation right now. So you got it's on HBO Max if you have it. So the Stepford Wives, it's like the whole situation is crazy. Basically, you have these independent women who have like careers, like they're still married and they're still trying to do their best to like take care of home, but it's not like it's a 50-50 split and it's not like putting everything on them. So their husbands are upset. So one by one, they take them to this community called Stepford, and they send the women through this process to become perfect little Stepford 1950s wives, going back to when women couldn't get a credit card and had to rely on men, and we was marrying for survival and nothing else. Okay, because that's what that was, marrying for survival, unless you actually fell in love. So come to find out, because they all thought it was like they had this men's society, and it's basically like the men's society. They would go, they would have like cognac, they would smoke cigars. See where I'm going with the situation? It's kind of like Stepford with these people, and they thought that the main, like the perfect Stepford wife, that her husband like created the program that would send the women through it and become perfect. No, come to find out, the woman did that because she was a career woman. She was like CEO of a Fortune 500 company. Came home one day to find her first husband in bed with his assistant, and she lost it. She lost it. Y'all got to go watch it. Okay, she lost it.
It was Glenn Close.
Yeah, Glenn Close. I love me some Glenn Close, and Nicole Kidman, and Bette Midler is in there too. She lost it, unalived the husband and the mistress, moved to Stepford, and created what's that guy? I forgot his name. The guy who played her husband.
Matthew Broderick.
No, that was Nicole Kidman's husband. The man who played Glenn Close's husband. He's always in something.
I forgot his name, but yeah, that was, they put a chip and they reprogrammed the brains of these women that they used, and they battery operated and controlled them. And honestly, Tisha is the best example. If you haven't seen it, you see it every time you look at Tisha.
Yes. So they would like with how they would control them. They controlled their minds. They controlled their bodies. So if one day the wife had an A cup and he was like, "I'm not feeling her being like an A cup today," they had these remotes, and the remotes would control everything about them. Like the guy, his wife was like, "I say an A cup," sent her into a triple D. I said, "Now ain't this about disrespectful? She got to carry all that weight on her back." And so Glenn Close created this community because she was like, "Well, I didn't do everything I did as a wife, and I figured because, I was this independent career woman and he cheated on me, it must have been my fault." So she created Stepford, and her husband, who they all thought created the program, was a robot.
But I think the other part that we kind of have to look at when we look at like the dynamic of what these Scott men expect is that I think it's, and not just them, but I think a lot of men as well. Like it's almost like you're attracted to the strength and the intelligence of these Black women who are on top of their game. And once you get it, you want them to be better than everybody else but you. And then and some men actually want a more traditional situation. Honestly, if I felt like Marceau and Letitia, that was their situation, and Letitia actually bought into that, it wouldn't be for me, but I'd be like, okay, that works for them. What's obvious is that Letitia does not want that. And that's what makes it hard to watch. Maurice is just sneaky with his and went around the back door. Now, Kimmy is slowly but surely chipping away at herself to keep peace in her marriage. And you can see it. You can tell. And the thing is, I think it's like, it's frustrating for her because at first I was saying to myself, is she getting in his behind off camera and we're just not seeing that? But I do see where, in the spirit of trying to be a good partner and a submissive wife, you can just see the mental tug of war on Kimmy's face sometimes in dealing with him. He's tiring. And again, when talk about covering people, just like I see Kimmy covering Maurice. Y'all talked about that credit repair company. Okay, I don't know what kind of business he's doing with that, but I know if I had a law degree, passed the bar, and I was number one in my class, I would be doing something in the legal profession. I wouldn't still be doing the same thing I did while I was in school.
So I have this view of Letitia and Marceau that might be different. When Letitia and Marceau first came on this show, Letitia was a stay-at-home mom, basically, and didn't do anything. Marceau asked Letitia a question on one of those episodes, and I don't know what season it was, but he asked her, "Well, what would you do if you found out that I was cheating?" She said, "I will take you for everything that you got." And it was that statement I realized, I said, "Oh, she nesting. She's nesting. She putting piece by piece together. So when it's time for her to leave him, she'll have her nest together." Because when they came back and Martell and Melody got their divorce, that's when all of a sudden you see Letitia start stepping up more and being a part of the business and doing the financial things with them. Yeah. Because Marcel knew, if I don't let her be a part of something, when it's time for her to go or I get caught, she gonna take me for every fucking thing that I have. So let me give her something to have on her own. So if something do happen or I do get caught up, she can have something to take with her.
I would just
You
say
know,
this.
And I
Tisha's
also think that she's waiting for some real proof before she actually leaves him, because I think that is really her plan. She's gonna take it from everything that he has if she had proof that he's actually cheating. Right now, all we got is assumptions. But I think as soon as she get the actual proof, she'll do what she need to do.
Here's
I
the thing:
I
how
would
she gonna
It's
take him for
disgusting.
everything he
My
got
God.
when everything he has is already hers? Because her name is on it. Unless he got some other stuff we don't know about.
Yeah,
I
I
would
don't know. He probably got some stuff from Africa when we went without her. I'm just
yeah, I don't have a confidence in Tisha. I think Tisha's the type of woman, and there are some women who are like that. Not judging. She could walk in and see him knee deep in somebody. She gonna cry. She gonna be upset. And once some time wears off, she will be able to work through that. Tisha gives me she's the kind of woman where Marceau would have to leave her.
Mm.
And there are some women like that. Look, that's not her deal breaker, because I don't think that she doesn't know Marceau has cheated before. I think she played in our face on this television, but it's embarrassing to admit that. But I honestly think Tisha wouldn't go anywhere. Marceau would have to leave her.
I think we all knew that when that scene where they're sitting down, because y'all know they love to do the, oh my God, she's such a victim and everybody's just so mean to her. When she was sitting down at that dinner and she said, I've never had to deal with infidelities in my life. And they always play the part where Mel turns her head and starts laughing. But if y'all did the widescreen and like didn't cut it off and paid attention to everybody up in there, everybody's face was like, now who lied to her and said that?
And actually that's another example of where, I'll be honest, Mel got on my nerves with that, because at that point, that's what I meant when I said two things can be true at the same time. You done turned around and did all that. It was extra. And at the point when you got called on it, that's when you should have turned around and looked at Letitia and said, now Letitia, everybody at this table knows what, I think it's moments like that. And someone brought up in the chat, why are we so Letitia heavy? And Mel was with Martell for 15 years. I just kind of
my
want to
point.
stress that nobody is overlooking the fact that Mel was with, because to be perfectly honest with you, Mel was with him. She dealt with it until she got tired. Tisha is really dealing with it until she gets tired. So we're not going to overlook the fact that Tisha's still dealing with it just because Mel dealt with it for 15 years. And I'm going to say this. I'm proud of Mel for finally deciding to choose herself and get out the situation.
I got a
Did it
question.
with
I got a
heart.
question.
But
Because
you
most
know,
don't.
Melody dealt with it for long, but she didn't have to deal with it, because didn't fucking Melanika told her that Martell was cheating,
She
But
could,
But
and,
it's
hey,
the
and
and
she
look,
still knew.
and
but
here
she was
she knew Melnika told her Martell was cheating. She came on the show knowing Martell had cheated, and then found out
Uh-huh.
he was cheating again. I'm not excusing
so
the fact that Mel made some decisions we would not have made, but what I'm saying
mhm.
is,
But she,
but she still made different
she
decisions.
constantly parades Tisha for doing the same damn thing.
hey,
I think no. I think the issue that they have is the fact that Tisha tries to come at Mel like it's not happening to her.
Well, yeah, and
But
Letitia
you just
weaponizes
said
her marriage as
nobody likes
well.
to
Yeah,
admit that. I don't think
I mean,
Tisha wants to fucking admit that and open the floodgates on national television, because she see what the hell happening with Melody and Martell.
I
We just
exactly.
gonna
I
sit
agree.
here and act
The
stupid
bigger,
until
But the
proof
bigger
come
issue
out.
One
is,
at
if
a time.
you and I know, Lucky Charms, if you and I are friends and we both know that our men are on some of the same foolishness, what you're not going to do is sit here and, well, I've never had to deal with that in my marriage just because my stuff is on Front Street. I
Or
think
sitting
that's
in the confessional
bad.
saying,
Or then
or,
go in the confessionals, or either sit up there at the table and say, so how did y'all deal with infidelity and
or
y'all
sit in a
married?
limo and make
Yeah, she
fun of me,
No,
weaponizes the
that's
fact
not
that she's
what's wrong.
married.
or sit in
I
a
sure
limo
would
on the
do
way
that.
to
I
that
sure
dinner,
would.
One at a time. Because I can't
No,
hear.
I'm just saying.
or go ahead. Sorry.
No, I think the issue with Tisha, I mean, I think somebody, and actually someone said it earlier, having Sugar Mama, Mel kind of started
I
playing
said it.
the game with, okay, see, I don't know that I would have done that, but she did. So, but what I'm saying is at some point, Mel woke up and walked out of it. I just think that looking at what we can see, because we don't know these women, but what we can see on social media and on TV, Tisha doesn't strike me as the type to actually walk away. Marceau would have to leave her.
Uh-huh.
And I'm
I
sorry.
think she already know
We
he
can
cheated.
say the same thing. I like this comment that Z just made. I think Mel left after she took the time to prepare her and her children's lives. I'm
Mm-hmm.
telling
And
you
I think
that
that's exactly
teacher
what
was
Tisha
not
did.
doing anything but staying at home. All of a sudden, she's doing. She got that nail polish thing for her kids. All of a sudden, she's doing things now, y'all. I'm telling you, Tisha is trying to prepare to get her ass up out of that damn marriage.
And I
But
agree.
here's the
I
thing, in
kind of
the
feel like
sense
what she's
of
trying to do is rehabilitate herself as trying to. She plays boss on TV. I think that's more of what that is. I don't think she's really putting anything solid in place. Kind of like Ricardo said, everything's in her name. I think of her and Marceau, she will land a whole lot better. But I really don't. I don't see it. I think she's just trying to rehabilitate her mealy mouth, sorry victimish image by them saying, "Oh, Tisha's a boss too. She's doing this. She's doing that." I don't think that that's really what she's doing. And we can see with these businesses, all we see is
Can I answer this question
that's it.
I
that
want
popped up?
Oh, okay, go ahead, Catherine. I think that was you
Let,
that said you wanted to answer the question, right?
I want to answer that question. How are we gonna get mad? We're not mad and we're not faulting her, but at the end of the day, she made that choice to have a kid with her husband that was sleeping around that could have brought her STD while she was pregnant. I'm just saying, I'm not faulting
Amen.
her for that, but she made that decision. I'm not faulting her and I'm not mad. Do what you do, boo, because it ain't paying my goddamn bills. And when it comes to Tisha's situation, we don't know what the hell she doing. We only know what the cameras are showing. So
We don't even know what Marceau really doing. He
It
here's
does
don't.
seem like they're
here's
responding
the
to
thing.
us though as viewers, because for a long time people were saying, well, it looks like he doesn't even like his wife. He's never affectionate with her. And then now he makes it a point to touch her or to hold her
Control
hand or
her.
to like engage physically with her. And I
And
think also too, like people saying, oh, she's just a stay-at-home mother and so on and so forth. So now we're trying to create this narrative that she's like a boss and she's a CEO and
mm-hmm,
the company doesn't move unless she says so. And
right. And
I
no,
think
Hold
they're
on, let's
I,
be real.
not. I don't
Marceau
know what
did
she's
not.
doing in terms of like her marriage. I'm saying they're actively responding to social media's commentary and the viewers' commentary, but not addressing it.
well,
but
I
Marceau,
just want to say this.
Marceau does. Someone said, "Let's be real." Marceau didn't embarrass Tisha the way No,
He covertly
it's
embarrassed her.
it's definitely different. But I don't want to say that he doesn't embarrass her, because to me, the fact that he plays and calls himself trolling people and not being there for his wife to say, "Look, y'all, real talk. I love my wife. I love my family. I'm not cheating on my wife, and y'all stop putting that out there." Or when Tisha wanted him to say nice words for their wedding anniversary, he refused to do that. There's a
Or
lot
the
that
trip
does,
to
No,
Africa,
he
that was
covered. He
yeah.
I
incredibly
don't feel
There's
like
embarrassing.
a
that.
Can
lot.
I
I
know
say
Cash
something?
is.
I'm
There's a
single.
lot
I
that
don't know a single
Marceau.
married couple that would pull that.
Yeah, there's a lot that Marceau does to embarrass Tisha that
Mm-hmm.
different, but it's not better. It's still, that's why she's so insecure. No woman should have to go through all of that when it comes down to a man, especially since you always yelling, "Put some respect on our 16 years." That means you've been stupid for 16
Oh, you know that perfectly.
That's all that means. Every time she says that, I wish somebody would tell her longevity does not equal quality. Girl, don't nobody want that 16-year relationship you got with Marceau. You look a
Can I,
fool.
Especially
can I add on to this?
when he said on the live that she ain't nobody stupid enough to stay. He ain't stupid enough to stay with Tisha if she was cheating on him.
And most men are gonna do that. Most
Can
men
Mhm.
say this is the one thing I can say about men, baby. They put a line in the sand with the boundaries when it comes down to infidelity. Ain't no coming back from that. That's why when Martell was lying
I
about
would
Mel
just go
saying
on
she
the Tisha
cheating,
rant. We were
I
supposed to talk about
said,
the whole
ain't
episode.
no way you would have known that and stayed with Mel if y'all were still together.
Can I just say this
We
about
did
they?
talk about the episode though, y'all.
Yeah, about they.
Right,
Listen,
we were
because
supposed to be talking about the episode.
I'm gonna finish my thought. I'm sick of hearing y'all trying to ruin my marriage. Ain't nobody gonna ruin a black marriage, a young black marriage. And I'm gonna say it again, like I've been saying across multiple people's platforms and my own. Nobody is trying to ruin that old, decrepit, bottom of the barrel, black sticky stuff down there, crypt keeping marriage. Okay, we don't care. Y'all address like that is true. They do address us, the audience, and the people who talk about the show, and the people who be getting into them on social media. They do it because you went from not showing her affection to showing her affection. You went from not cooking and doing stuff to cooking her breakfast. And I still want to know who decided to put raw bacon on the table. But I digress. You went from doing less for her, and then now y'all, oh, I'm a boss. We're affectionate. We're this, we're that. We have 16 years. We are the best. Child, please. People do 16 years in jail and don't even come out talk about I was the best in jail. I was really out
Oh, I
there
know
doing
somebody
it.
said that.
I
Hold
was
on
I
now.
was I was strong up in there. Ain't nobody try me. That's basically how they come at people. And it's just like no one cares. Because at the end of the day, y'all want to blame us for y'all marriage being the way it is and the cracks in y'all foundation. But y'all already had cracks in the foundation before you came on the show. Just like Mel and Martell had obvious like super deep cracks in their foundation when they came on this show. She was just trying to fix the situation. And let's be clear, when a woman is done, and I always say examples, Tisha Campbell left for $3. She was done.
Yeah,
Tina
that's
Turner said, all I want is my name. She was done. There's probably more women in the history of divorce that said, you know what? When I'm done, I'm done. Because this lady dissolved all the businesses and then went to rebuild herself back up. She dissolved every single thing she did with her husband to get away from this marriage and to get her kids out of this situation. But y'all sit up here and you like address us. Y'all sit up here and address us talking about we're trying to ruin y'all marriage and we're trying to do this. Like I said, there was already cracks in the foundation. When y'all get on reality TV, it highlights every single crack you have in your foundation, whether you are a couple or whether you're by yourself or whether you are in a poly situation. When you have cracks in your foundation and then you come on a reality show, it's you're on a wide spectrum. It's a huge magnifying glass on everything. And then when y'all go about it the way they did, where it's like, we don't know what y'all talking about. We don't have no problems. We're the best. We're this, we're that. And you have people around you in your circle, because it's the people in your circle who is telling all y'all business that know this ain't right. And they know y'all sitting up here not being fully transparent with people. That's when all y'all stuff get to come out. And that's when we're truly paying attention to it.
Thank
Quit
you,
playing
Scott.
with us.
I was about to address that comment that I just seen.
that's great.
And
No,
I agree.
Yeah.
No, I agree 100% because if he did
Yeah.
not have a child with Ariane, guess what?
She would still be there.
She would still be with him.
I
Period.
think
Point blank.
That's the straw that broke the camel's back.
I'm gonna
But
be honest.
I thought she left
but
before she found out Ariane got pregnant.
No, she left after.
No, she left before, but I
Yes,
also
she left
think
before.
that
But she
I
came
think
back and
Mel
got
would
pregnant with Sugar Mama. So
Mel would have stayed a little bit longer, but I still think she eventually was gonna be out.
Yeah.
But I think that would have made her stay longer.
Well,
But
she also,
I think Ariane being public is what
with the
made her
shit.
be out.
Yeah.
but
I
she
think if
also,
she was quiet and not out here with the attention seeking and nobody knew who she was, she would have kept going.
you think so?
Exactly.
but she
I think
also
so.
said the issue. Sorry, don't mean to cut y'all off. She also said another thing that was like added on to, okay, this really has to happen, is when that man was army crawling to the bathroom with a bad back to be talking on the phone to whoever he was talking to. Because we all know Arizona T wasn't the only one. And I call her Arizona T because just like Arizona T, she's cheap and unappealing.
Who the fuck is Arizona?
Ari,
The name for these
Not
people.
about
She
now.
keep
Cheap
a
and
name.
Ariane.
cheap and
Now,
unappealing. Just like Arizona T, she is cheap and unappealing, just
Now
like
wait a
that.
minute.
So
Now wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now Arizona watermelon is good. Now don't do that. Don't do that.
I said Arizona tea, not Arizona watermelon, okay?
Okay, because that's part of the Arizona tea family.
The Arizona tea is nasty and it's cheap
Oh.
and unappealing, just like her.
I kind of think, I think, everybody at some point, I think Mel eventually would have made that decision, but I think there's definitely some truth to the fact that it was so public, and because old girl was so disrespectful. She would have looked like a bigger fool continuing to stick around with that. And not just old girl, but Martell being totally disrespectful. But now, speaking of disrespect, can we back up real quick back to the Madani opening from this last
Oh,
episode?
Lord.
I just had a quick question about this. So this episode really didn't give us a whole lot. I mean,
At all. I'm surprised we even sitting up here talking about it like that
Nobody,
today.
they could have
We're not
kept
even
it.
talking about the episode. We done went to all
everything
Tisha,
but the show.
Melody, all this shit.
We're talking about everything but the
I'm
show.
saying.
But I think a question, if it's okay, Scotty, if I pose this to the panel. So we've already kind of seen, what's coming up next week or whatever else. What do y'all think? Because a lot of people online are saying that Carlos King needs to make this the last season. We know they just got renewed, but what do we think we're going to see in this next season now?
Can I answer it first?
Go ahead.
Scotty answer.
Because okay, the only thing that I can say, and I'm pretty sure Catherine is probably going to holler when I say this, but the only thing I can say about next season is we got 99 problems, and the biggest one is Carlos. we I really don't know because I was under the impression that the show was about to come to an end. I was under the impression of that because first of all, what's going on, Tremel? What's going on? I was under the impression that it was going to be the end of it because this cast really don't have nothing else to give at this point because it's all broken. No one is cool with each other. Mel don't fuck with these people. Who is she gonna have to film with? Her and Martell are not in a good place, no damn mo. So it's like, what
His
exactly
fault.
are we going to do? Because we do need a recast. We thought, when I first saw Tiffany last season when they was in the confessionals, well, not confessionals, when they first put the super trailer out, I'm thinking, okay, they brought Tiffany in. She finna be messy as hell. She finna bring the mess. She finna bring something new to the show. And she turned out to be a dud in my Remy Ma voice. She turned out to be a dud. Then,
Because you know why?
um,
Because she was backpedaling, pussy popping in the handstand.
right.
Moment
And
that she
then,
got in that ass, and so
and
did
then,
Kimmy.
and then Destiny, she's not giving anything, and she wants to be on the show, but she doesn't want to bring what her real life really is. So that's a dud. Then
Mm-hmm.
all we got really left is Letitia and Marceau and Kimmy and Maurice, Mel and Martell. I don't see them getting rid of Letitia and Marceau and Miss Wanda, and I don't see them getting rid of Kimmy and Maurice. So
I wish Stormy would join the show.
They not
yeah,
gonna. Here's
yeah,
the thing.
Stormy can come along. Stormy can join the show. Her
Don't
and her
nobody want
husband.
to see the
No.
mushroom from goddamn
Here's
Mario.
I'm
wait.
just
So
saying.
Wow.
let me say this about Stormy.
Stormy
Here's
got
what
all
I'm
my attention.
here's what I'm so upset about when it comes to Stormy in the show, and I believe it's just because her and her husband not gonna give drama like these people. I follow Stormy on Instagram. I just saw her paint a whole damn picture from reference from a picture of her husband with a baby deer sitting next to her. I said, now this is not interesting to y'all because this deer not tearing up her house. It's just laying there like, you my mama now. I'm calm, cool, and collected. I guess my little brother somewhere, but I'm gonna watch you paint. Like, she's interesting to me. I would have liked to see more of her. But you mean I got to be stuck with these people who don't have a storyline, and every single it's either male on their mind and coming out their mouth,
Mel
or
ain't got no storyline either.
listen,
sorry.
I was gonna get into that.
She has a storyline, but I don't think she's using it. Like, I would honestly prefer to see more about her business endeavors
Yes,
with her kids.
I was
We
gonna
But
get
see,
into
that
but see, but wait a minute, but wait a minute, but wait a minute. We say that, but I hate
Once
to
it
bring her
happens,
into this
we're gonna be
because she's
saying it
not. I hate
again.
to bring her into this because she's not even on this show. But we got Candy Burrs that does that all the time on the Housewives of Atlanta. Then they call her boring. So it's like, do we really want to see? Oh, I didn't even know. Okay, Lucky Charms, thank you for coming up. If anybody else want to come up, y'all are welcome to.
now. I actually, here's the thing about it. I was like, with Candy, I find Candy interesting because it's just like you're learning different stuff about, like, you seeing Candy in the Clan is what I call them, or Candy in the Gang is what the show is called. But you get to see, like, how she does business and the different things that she's starting to get into. And I was like, that's interesting to me. I was like, Stormy, interesting, because she has all this stuff going on, but you only see it on social media. You don't see it on the show because it's not the drama that a certain person is looking for. When it comes to Mel, I'm like, y'all listen, my motto is no storyline, you need to hit the unemployment line. And I got merch that says exactly that, with somebody getting booted up out the door.
Well,
But
Kiki could join, I guess.
I was like, Kiki could have joined and like air it all out if that's the drama y'all looking
Guys,
for.
they're gonna overhaul this show. That's coming. I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Tisha and Marceau are not going to be honest. Part of why people don't like them is because they play in everybody's face. That's the main reason why I don't like them.
Same.
Kimmy and Maurice are also on that same page. Like, they literally have a pact. Like, we're going to protect our secrets, or our personal business or whatever. They're
what's
going
wrong
to
with
need
that?
somebody on this show who is not concerned or afraid of airing it all out. And currently, Mel and Martell, I think probably Martell more than anybody. Like, their lives imploded, especially him. He got the shortest end of the stick. Their lives imploded, and everybody is profiting off of it except for him.
Well, see, part of that is because he's not capitalizing properly. I mean, Marcel,
I don't think he would have ever been able to
but
capitalize off it properly, though, because he's literally like the enemy. The only person who I could say is more hated than him is like Ariane, and even she gets sympathy from a certain crowd of people. Like, we know everybody's talking about Universe. Some of the girls ride for Ariane.
But see, you don't
Besides
do
Taste of
that.
America.
Martell doesn't know how to capitalize even on the fact that he's a villain here.
Martell
Because
didn't
here's the
spell
thing.
no goddamn capitalized. If we really want to take it there, I'm sorry.
No, but here's the thing, though. Here's what we do know: whether we like it or not, this man appeals to a particular group of people. Get on OnlyFans, capitalize on
Lights.
it, do something else where you can bring in some quick money. But
I mean, don't
speaking of
nobody want to
money,
see them. I really didn't want to see them tired ass calendars. I really didn't.
He didn't even sell them calendars.
I would have bought
He ain't
one.
selling wine either because he can't spell California, and that's where I live.
He can't spell alcohol either.
Oh,
He can't. No,
so like
that's
I
not
said,
true.
y'all
It's true. He
sitting up
can't
here
spell
saying that this
alcohol.
man don't know how to capitalize. He don't know how to spell capitalize, let alone do it.
well, I
But
mean,
you know they
it's
said
definitely
Mel.
clear that he needs help with everything he does.
Well,
But let me just ask y'all a quick question: what happened to Kiki? She went up to
That's what I asked.
Winslow and never came back.
Well, when I did my interview with her this past June, she did say, because I was trying to get the mess up out of her, I want to know what was her personal business that Letitia and Marceau had went and told folks. And she wouldn't say. She said it was gonna come out on the second half of the season. So she should be coming back sometime this season. I don't know how long this second half is gonna be, but
3 episodes, we're gonna have a problem.
And I'm gonna be honest,
out on their damn DMs.
and at this point, I almost
Promise
forgot
to be
about the
suspect.
woman, so I don't think we're gonna care when she does decide to show back up and reappear.
I mean,
Not
it's
decides. That's
listen.
up to Carlo.
I love me some good trash reality TV, and this is exactly what this show is: trash reality TV. It's
If that's
I
I want
it's
to love
not.
that.
Listen, it's not as great as Geordie Shore because the UK shows, oh, they really be all out there. They will let them cuss, let them do everything they want to do. But Kiki, girl, come to the carpet. I need to know because I'm sick of it. Either tell it or don't say nothing at all.
And
Don't
see,
admit it.
Forever hold your peace.
that's
Yeah.
it right there. Because that
Tell
whole
it or
scene with
don't
her
say
and
nothing.
Marcel
Forever
going
hold your
back and
goddamn
forth,
peace.
they got on my nerves. Kiki sitting up there holding it back at the point. Go on and go through with it now, sis. You on the show. You talking big, you know what, everywhere else. Go on ahead and say what you got to say, Marcel, because I'd have said it right there.
according to thank you for the super chat, by the way. The store is very spacious, very spacious. There's a lot of ways for you to walk through the store without
I imagine so.
anybody,
No customers in there.
you don't have to worry about nobody being in your way. It's very spacious. It reminds me of like a small market, but it's like a beauty supply store, but it's very spacious. But it's gonna be spacious because no one's in there, so it's gonna be
Wait,
spacious anyway.
okay, so let's talk about this real quick.
Oh hell.
Ma'am, Destiny, come to the carpet because now I remembered this. How is it that you wanted to do renovations on a building that you don't own? How is it that that's what you wanted to do?
Girl,
How
you
is
really
it
thought she
that
was
you-
gonna do
Renting,
renovations?
I'm
She
gonna
not
use
even paying her
damn night.
employees.
No, and then it's how is it that you sat up here and lied to us a couple of seasons ago talking about you own the building? Then we get to this season and it has to take Tisha to talk you out of renovating because normal people who are not even in the business of real estate or leasing buildings know that if you do any type of renovations on any type of property, the landlord will either jack the prices up on the rent or kick you out and rent it out to somebody else because now it looks better, or they're gonna sell the building right from up under you.
That's how you know it was a lie.
Oh,
Exactly.
she get on my nerves. I was glad when Law tried to snatch that wig off.
Wow.
Wait, when was this? I ain't see this.
That was last episode, like the episode before that, when she was sitting down there talking to that non-existent man. He don't exist until we see him. And
Oh
Law
no,
was,
I seen him on her social media.
climbing all over her, trying to rip her wig off and messing it all up. I said, it's got good grip. What hair products you use to get that, to stay down like that?
I have a question, guys. So, per Scotty's video earlier,
Y'all spoke him up.
Mark.
Mark.
Y'all spoke him up.
Oh, Mark, come to
Hey,
the carpet,
Mark.
sweetheart.
But
I
what you
came
were
here just for
saying?
you.
Mark was hold on. Mark, was it true? And is the D good? That's all I want to know.
Oh my
Mark,
God.
did you really have Miss Van paying your child support?
Why you have Van pay your child support like that?
I would like to know.
Don't make me drop this link for this man so he can come up here and answer y'all questions.
I'm not
Oh
scared.
no,
Oh,
ain't
yes.
nobody scared of him.
Don't nobody don't care. No.
My name is Joe. I want to know.
Mark, do you have a
I
job
want
to report to
know.
tomorrow?
Okay.
Wait, I got a question. Mark, how do you feel about your brother basically calling you a bum on national
Oh, he
TV?
said drop the link, y'all. Y'all ready?
Drop it. You better drop it.
Only in the room.
Okay.
I got some questions.
I'm dropping
Come
the
on.
link now. I'm dropping the
Asking
link
all the
now.
questions.
Oh,
Scotty,
make it
you been
hot.
a
Make it
while.
hot up in this bitch. Make it hot. Let me
I'm
stop.
about to ask you
Get
no questions.
messy.
Ask you no questions. Are you?
I
The
thought
link is
had
the link is
the
in the
questions.
chat, honey.
Had
I
all
knew.
your questions
See,
ready.
the more y'all talked about these, I knew either Mark or E was gonna come up in this chat. Oh my god.
Well,
I
he
think-
be in all the YouTube
First of
videos,
all,
so
you
I
want to
figured
eat.
he'd
We
pop up
got
at
Mark.
some point.
Up in here.
You want to eat. We got Mark.
Come on, Mark.
Come on in the room.
Come on. Is you
Come
backstage?
I hope you don't talk in circles like his brother do. I wanted some straight.
I'm telling you, trying to manipulate the whole damn excuse me, Scotty, the
My
whole
name is
damn conversation.
You can
Girl, you might as
manipulate
well,
us.
because I've been saying all these cuss words on here. You could cuss.
My name is not Letitia, baby. I can get straight to the truth.
Yes, you're not gonna manipulate
Now, if you ain't
us.
gonna tell the truth, don't click that link.
Yeah.
Ransom Ricardo. We not doing Mr. Brown today. Manipulative. No, we not doing that.
If you ain't telling the truth, don't click that
There
link.
he is. There he is. So if y'all got
Hello.
anything y'all want to ask him, y'all better ask him.
Okay,
I mean,
There he
I
is.
want to know.
Two
Would
questions.
your brother
All
be
the
honest by saying
wait.
that you had Miss Van paying your child support?
That was-
That is the truth.
That is the truth.
Oh,
Okay.
that's the truth.
And you felt comfortable with her doing that?
Do women feel comfortable with men paying child support?
No, not
No.
child support for your child. Did you feel comfortable with
I'm
her
just
paying
saying,
child
my
support for your
response to that is,
child?
I feel comfortable as anybody else who collects money from somebody else.
Ooh.
I think
So
what
you
you wanted to
you
know
gonna
is
use
why.
I know
You
the lookout
okay
for
with saying that?
I mean, I'm gonna go back to this day. A lot of y'all, I don't know how old a lot of y'all are, but back in the day, they used to have these guys on the street called pimps, and they would get money from women. So yes, I'm very comfortable.
We
with
not
that.
finna do that. So you trying to say you pimp that lady? We not
Hell
finna do that.
Hold on. One
Okay.
at a time.
Wait a second. We can't attack me for doing what I do.
Okay. All right.
I
Next
wasn't trying to attack you. I was
Question.
just asking, so you be using females, so I gotta be on the lookout for your ass. That's what you telling me.
What I'm saying is, in any type of situation, somebody may carry the financial load and somebody may not,
Okay.
and that's fair. And if it's not fair, then women can't get money from husbands.
Why not? We married to
Right.
y'all. Hell.
Y'all was not married.
Okay.
We was doing married things.
And your point?
My point is, my thing was good enough to get married benefits.
Oh,
So are you
Okay.
insinuating that you were using her?
I'm insinuating that it was reciprocal.
Did you also pay her child support?
Her
Telling
child,
me a grown ass woman.
thank
I'm
you.
asking. He said it's reciprocal. I'm saying, what was the reciprocation?
Whatever I did to receive that assistance.
Wait.
Whatever. I'm sorry.
question. So you're basically saying you was a gigolo.
I'm basically saying that the woman that I was
Involved with.
involved with was helping me financially. I mean, how hard? First of all, this happens every day. This is, matter of fact, this is still going on. And so for it to be like, oh,
that's why I just got out of a relationship like that. I almost couldn't.
Right. If you can't, the truth is this: if you can't afford your dude or your girl, get out.
It's not the fact.
Well, we're asking because your brother used that as a fact to shame her. Do you feel like she should be shamed for helping you?
Well, I feel like this. I feel like don't go on national TV telling people it's a friendship when you fucking. That's number one.
Well, no, listen, your sexual interactions with her is okay.
No.
What I'm saying, do you feel like she should be shamed for helping you?
No, she should be shamed for lying.
That's what he's saying.
That's all I'm saying. If you don't tell the lie, then
your
all the
brother's
stuff
shaming her for it. So are you okay with that part?
Yeah, she deserved it. Liars deserve
she deserves to be shamed. Okay.
I don't
Liars
think
deserve
she.
shame.
Okay.
Wait a minute.
Hold on, one at a time.
Let the host speak.
So
let the host speak. Wow.
Yeah, host,
not host.
Oh, I thought you called me. I was like, damn.
Never mind.
Gotta go on somewhere now. Come on.
Go ahead,
Mark,
Scott.
previously you went on record apologizing for lying about a sex tape. So when you say liars deserve consequences, what consequences do you deserve for that?
That's a fair question.
Here, let me break that down. So what it was is I was finna go ham like I've been doing since the third reunion. My sister put out that to calm me down because I'm first of all, I wasn't on social media. I literally said something. It got recorded, it got remixed, and got put out there. And so, in order to keep me from doing what I do, she put that out there in order to try to say, "Hey, y'all, leave him alone. Let him be. He made a mistake. It's all good." Y'all couldn't let that go, so here I am.
So are you saying that you didn't lie?
I do have. I
Oh,
do have. I never. I didn't write the statement. I don't. The one thing is this: once you turn about 35, 40, you realize, one, you can't beat me, you can't eat me, and I don't have to lie.
Wait, I'm sorry. I'm a little confused when you say you can't beat me and eat me. I need you to be a little more specific. I just want to make sure I understand
I
what you
know
mean.
how to shoot and I know how to fight.
Are we still talking about Miss Van? Are you want you want to square
I'm
up with her? I'm trying to figure out
no.
like what's the
Listen to
issue.
what I'm
Square up
saying
with
is
us.
no. I'm saying that
Oh,
it's the internet. This is what happened. The internet came at me like I had to lie. I don't have to lie on who I sleep with. Any given Sunday. If I pull down a list of names of girls who knew I was sleeping with her while I was sleeping with them, then this whole situation will turn around. But
so what's
then
the end game here?
Yes.
the end game is to make. Here's the thing: when I bring a sledgehammer to an ant fight, the problem is this. All I told Van, and I put it in her inbox, all you had to do is say it was beautiful, it was over, we did what we did. You don't have to lie. So that was the whole start of the thing. Now it's like, oh, what about this? Why are you doing her like this? Because this is the energy you get. I'm gonna just pose this question to y'all. If 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 I had dated Van and I'd been on TV and she wasn't, and she said she dated me and I dismissed her like she was a peasant, then I would be all in the wrong. But
Wait,
when a
so
woman does it, it's all in the good because the man is like, wait, just tell the truth.
I have a question.
Also, is this anger that's really masking pain? Is that what
Oh,
this
no,
is?
no, 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 baby. I done moved on out. I'm doing good out here.
So I
so
have
if
a
you
question.
moved on, then why did you think it necessary, or why did the world need to know just because she didn't claim you, don't claim her? You didn't
No,
have
no,
to
no,
put it
no, no,
out there
no.
like
See,
that.
that's the thing. The world didn't need to know. First of all, it was a social media thing. She put it on national TV.
That was your brother.
No,
Let's
that
be
was
No,
your
clear.
Yeah,
brother.
your
there's
brother
an
did
Brother.
edited.
that.
I promise y'all, there's an edited version from from August 26, 2019, where she said my name.
Okay.
I literally was not watching the show, and my nephew called me up and was like, "Oh, you trending? Van done put you on TV." These are some things. There's some things I just don't get into. Like right now, what's going on? I haven't watched the show since the reunion. So the problem is that because I have my own things going on, I stay out of it. I run my own podcast. Everything I do, oh, it's Van, this is Mel, this is they don't occupy that much space in my head.
I have a question. Do you take issue with your brothers bringing you up, or like Martell bringing you up in the way that they do? If it's
We
like an issue, you being discussed on television?
so I had the issue the first time because I was not I hadn't is like, all right, listen. I first of all, my heart ain't built to be fighting the internet because I know I get emotional and then the Marine comes out of me and then it ain't no turning back. So the first time it was like, all right, let me stay away from this. As I start listening to y'all talk more, and not y'all per se, but the internet talk more, I realized people are just ignorant as hell. So people gonna make up. You could tell them right now it's nighttime, and they gonna be like, no, it ain't night. In Japan, it's daylight. I mean, they got to find something to make their stories seem okay. So I just let it be now. I don't care what nobody says.
Well,
This
I'm gonna say this.
Scotty, tag me in.
I listen because I was just about to say I'm gonna go on and let them go now because the people are not here for them. So I was
I,
just
I have a comment. I really like because I'm
okay.
listening
You
to
can say
you.
okay. You can say that. You can say that comment and then we can let them go,
Wait,
child, because I
Okay,
don't want the
look,
people.
I'm listening to you, Mark. But this is the thing that I'm having a hard time connecting with what you're saying. Most of the time when you come up on the show, it's coming from your family. And then two, you said like you feel like she should discuss you differently when she responds to the comments that they make about your relationship with her. And I'm saying like I'm assuming you're a man of a certain age. If the relationship was beautiful, it seems like you battling us, the internet, and I just don't understand why you have the vitriol for her if the relationship was what it was and it was an enjoyable experience for the two of you. Why come at her like that if the issue was with the internet?
Okay,
Because you're
so
going out your way to hurt somebody that didn't sound like
casualty of
she
war.
didn't do anything to you. You just mad at how we're
No,
responding.
no. Casualties of war. A part of this is, and
That sounds immature.
I'm petty. I don't. What? we are we asking? Are you
now? Hold on.
You don't know
hold
us.
on.
You know her.
Hold on.
And
now we seen Marceau and we seen Maurice. This man is petty. Come on now.
And I'm gonna be honest with you,
I'm their older brother, so I'm the pettiest.
Marceau makes you sound like a bum. I called you a homosexual earlier because honestly, he makes you sound like you're broke and you don't have a car. And that's your brother, not Miss Van.
And that was my sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but that was my thing. As I listened to your brother talk about you, I said, why would you sit up here and talk about your brother in that way? Even if you're doing it to, go at Ms. Van, because I'm going to say that because, that's what she said she wants to be called. If you're going at her and you're bringing your brother in at every turn, because that's what happens when they tend to go, like when they start to go at her, they bring you up. And in the way they talk about you, they're basically calling you a bum. Yeah. And my question to you is, how do you feel about your younger brothers basically going at another woman to hurt her by calling you a bum? Do you like them?
Like you don't take care of your kids? You need somebody to come in and take care of your kids for you. That's what they can make you sound like.
So, or I was taking care of my kids and she wanted to feel important, so she chimed in and helped as well.
Real men don't need to have women feel
important. Wait. Stop.
Okay. All right. Okay, y'all.
You helping it.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, listen. Because listen, I got to do what the folks want me to do. Okay. Thank you for coming up, Mark. I have to let you go.
Best of luck, Mark.
He's still.
Can I say something?
I think I was right, Ricardo. I think I was right. You think I was right, Sue?
I think y'all were both right about that. That's
yes, like I don't like that.
Own it.
I do not like that. He a grown man over here trying to expose someone. You a grown man.
And they got no.
You supposed to be a grown man, and you sitting around here trying to expose someone.
But I'm gonna say
she didn't even say a whole lot like that. She didn't even say a whole lot like that. That was your family saying stuff like that.
Well,
and she was just responding.
Hold on, y'all. Wait. Before we even continue with this, before we even continue the conversation, because I'm gonna end it in about 30 minutes. But and shout out to the 300 and some people that's up in here.
I know y'all better pay y'all tithes and click that like.
Pay your tithes and offerings. You better like it. You better share it.
But let me just say this because I've seen a couple of people in the chat, and they were, some of them was highly upset because he was up here, and I know a lot of people, when it comes down to Mark, they all get upset every time he comes on the platform. When he says something. But listen though, I don't really pay him. I don't really follow him like that. Like I know he watches my platform and things of that nature, so I don't really be paying attention to anything that he does. But I do try to give everybody, the space to say their truth or whatever, and y'all wanted to ask him questions, so I brought him up. Now, what I don't want for people to think in this chat is that we were getting, because I saw a couple people say we were getting sucked into whatever it was he was saying. We wasn't getting sucked into anything. I was just listening to what questions they asked him and what his answers was. That's all we were doing. Ain't nobody getting sucked into nothing. The
only thing I was getting sucked into was my damn food. I was over here slurping.
Did y'all all them allergies he was giving? Did y'all catch that? It's a Scott thing, right?
That's what I'm saying. I really want somebody to go and get their mother and ask her how in the world she raised these sad.
Because at the end of the day, I also want to say this too. At the end of the day, just like I said, I don't want people to really, because people are feeling some type of way about it. And I always try to give people the space to say whatever it is they want to say. And I want to know, because I also reached out to Martell for an interview. Y'all gonna have that same energy when if he were to accept the offer. I'm saying, is everybody gonna be in the chat saying, "Oh, he need to come the fuck down. You don't need. This is not good for your show. This is not it." Is everybody gonna be like that? If he
Let
if
the
he
BDR
accepts the
troll talk.
offer to have an interview with me, because like I said, I reached out to Martell, I reached out to Melody, I reach out to everybody, and I want to give everybody that opportunity to speak. Hell, I reach out to Marceau if I want to. I just might, Letitia and Marceau, and I'm pretty sure
Please
y'all
do.
folks gonna be like,
Scotty, tag me
y'all
in
need
real
to get
quick.
the fuck down.
Scotty, tag me in real quick.
Go
Give
ahead.
me a thumbs up in the chat if Mark confirmed what you already thought of him
Yep.
after coming up here. Give me a thumbs up if it confirmed it.
He actually gave more confirmation to what he said, what y'all said about him earlier. He's been watching this entire chat. So when he came on with that old foolishness about, well, that's what a pimp does and all this other stuff, at that point I was done. I'd already knew it was gonna be ignorant. I was done.
I'm seeing thumbs, guys.
Exactly. That's why I was
thumbs.
like, we're not gonna do that, because at the end of the day, we all grown.
Yeah.
You a man. Whether you act like one or not, you are a man. That is not okay.
He let us also know that's the other thing. First of all, no real man is talking up under a woman's dress. If you are any type of man, you're not doing that.
Exactly.
Vanessa never
That's
claimed you.
corny.
You should have kept it that way. That
And I
woman didn't claim you for a reason. And
I
so
can't
now
respect
you
him
wanna come back out
having
there.
more anger for her than his brother.
Then his brother,
brings
yes.
him up all the
Because here's
time.
the thing,
It's
how many?
not respectable.
And we asked him, and I asked him, how do you feel about your brothers, your younger brothers at that, basically calling you a bum?
They
He
That's
doesn't
I
see
was
no,
waiting.
but here's the thing, y'all. He doesn't see himself as a bum, and he doesn't see that
Nope.
they see him that way. He really
Nope.
thought he thought he ate when he came on here and basically said, "I had Miss Van." He thought he did something, and I'm gonna tell you something. Everybody is thinking the same thing, because basically we're all like, "Van, what were you going through? Van, what in the world? Van, how could you?"
I know
That's
he's
why
still in
he
chat.
wanted everybody to know that. So
He's
no,
still
he
in
doesn't
chat.
think
I don't
he's a
care.
bum. He doesn't think he's a bum at all. And I'm gonna tell you something else. Here's the other gotcha. Neither do his brothers. They don't think he's a bum either.
Well, they don't think they're
They're
bums
twisted.
either. So
But exactly, that's what I'm saying. The lack of self-awareness that these people have and they have the temerity to fix their mouths and talk about other people the way that they do, when y'all are clearly, I've never seen this much micro penis energy in one place.
Oh, not micro
Toxic
penis.
Not
Why you
micro.
gotta
Wait,
use
wait,
that?
Wait, I got a saying for that. It's giving mid meat. It's giving very much mid meat.
Child.
It's crazy that all of them act like that. Like, that
I
is
appreciate
weird.
the concern
Wait,
of the
what was
chat,
y'all
but
home
rest
life
assured, Mark did confirm that the homosexual thoughts in my mind are more likely true.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. I kind of understand the outrage, because I'm not gonna sit up here and act like I'm oblivious. Most of my audience is women, if not all of it. Like 90% of the people that watch me are all women. So of course they're not going to, want to hear anything that Mark says. Now, I personally don't have a real problem with Mark, because I don't follow the things that he does on social media. I
Yeah,
just
I ain't
hear
paying the
what
child support, so
everybody.
I ain't mad at him.
I don't follow the things he do on social media, and I appreciate the support he gives to my platform. I ain't gonna lie, but I don't see what he does. But the things that I have heard, I may not agree with it. But at the same point in time, I didn't agree with what Ms. Wanda said, but I gave her a damn platform.
Here's my
And Ms. Wanda love you, Scotty.
yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Love him and Terrence.
but I think the reason why she loves him and other people is that I think if you have a preference for somebody, you're still a professional. So, that just means in certain parts of our jobs, we have to deal with people we don't like or whose values don't link up. But you don't have to be disrespectful. You interview who
Right.
you want to. Now, I'm going to be honest.
Wait a minute.
Hold
Hold up, Mark. I ain't no damn wolf. Don't do that.
Yeah, I mean, but my thing is now, I just think is everybody is, as long as you're being fair. And I think even to some YouTubers who are biased towards certain people, I can appreciate it when they say up front, look, I don't like Mel. Look, I don't like Tisha. Look, I don't like Marceau. But here's, a more balanced approach. I think that's what people respect more, is when you say that and you're balanced. And I think for the most part, you're relatively balanced. So, move your platform forward. They're on the show too. We don't have to like them to tune in.
Yeah, we coming for you. We don't care about them people like that. We
Yeah,
coming
but,
to support you.
I know when I
Tara's
first.
son, Scotty has the best lives. I keep telling y'all that. It's not a play over here. Scotty has the best lives. I'm gonna need y'all to remember that. We don't.
But
play.
I'm gonna tell you something. You're gonna get tired of that micropene energy when you up there interviewing.
You are. 'Cause
Listen, I did. He hasn't responded to my his people hasn't responded to my email. They probably not because I have drugged him so damn much.
What
But
people?
he probably not gonna respond. But I did take out the time to reach out to Martell and Melody for interviews. I did.
Melanie didn't respond.
No, nobody responded yet.
Try to
Nobody.
get Melanika.
Please
What
don't.
to ask her?
Why
I
you
don't
got the
know.
belt on
Martell.
upside
Ex will have her and Martell really been sleeping together because I believe that they had.
I
We
think
might
she
need to
ended up
have her.
doing
We might need to have
They
Melanika
confirmed
on
that.
something like roast and review or something like that. Because Miss Wanda may be coming on roast and review next week, child. After this whole fight, because she wants to come up there. That what she said up in Terrence's chat like 2
Yeah,
weeks
She ready to
ago.
lie for her and her daughter. Child, nobody got time for that.
really.
Wait,
we
this
don't
how
know
Don't
it's
she
need
going.
to hear
lying.
us. We don't want to hear her splitting verbs and busting up prepositions. I
Y'all
don't.
need to
I'm
stop acting
telling
like
you.
y'all not gonna tune in, child. Because y'all know
Exactly.
y'all
I'm
I'm
gonna
going
gonna
to
do.
tune
tune
in.
in.
I'll show in.
I'm definitely tuning in. But it's all
I
finna
don't
be a
know.
lie.
I got a
Because she
question
finna
about
lie for
what
her and
Scotty
her
said he's going to end the
grown
live.
behind
Listen,
40-some-year-old
Scotty,
daughter like she
Let
Scotty,
3.
her lie then. Hell, it ain't
Scotty,
look. Is it affecting our bills? No, let her lie. That's
Scotty.
all.
I
I love you. I really do. But listen. I never thought somebody would be worse than my paternal grandmother.
Oh my god.
That is what Wanda is. She is worse than my paternal grandmother.
But
So
she
when I
makes
say I love you, I come in, I'ma like the video, and then I'ma gladly gonna slide my happy self out of there because I don't like I don't deal with my paternal grandmother. I block that lady. I can't deal with that lady. She make me lose brain cells.
She
I
does, but
skipped
it's
your Wanda
funny
interview.
though. She's comical.
I found her
She funny.
funny.
Yeah, she real
I found
yeah,
her
funny.
she
funny.
makes
I'm not
great
gonna lie to
TV.
y'all. When I interviewed her, I was being professional and I was really trying not to laugh a lot when I was up there with her
I
because
know you said that at the end of the interview. I was
yeah,
rolling.
I really was because I know that people were saying, Scotty, you being shady. I wasn't because it was certain words that I was saying that she didn't know what they meant. Like I
Yeah.
said, what do you think is the demise of Letitia and Melody's relationship? And she
Cricket.
didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. And then I
Crickets.
had to go back and I had to rephrase what I said. And then somebody said, Scotty being shady. He knows she don't know what that word means.
But you know, Scotty, who I think would be
That was me that said that.
interesting.
I'm sorry.
I kind of really want somebody, if Destiny would be more truthful, I really would like to see an interview with her to kind of
Yeah.
get to the bottom of why she and Mel are not as cool. And this is not, it's probably an unpopular opinion because I do think that there is some envy that's there. But I really
Mhm.
think that with Mel, I
She
kind of
doesn't
feel like
give
that
truth.
she should have been more upfront with Destiny about why she no longer felt comfortable being close to her.
And
And I
that's one of the reasons why I wanted to interview Melody for one of those reasons because I really
Destiny
want to know
doesn't
what the
give
real
truthful
reason
interviews.
is.
She
And
not
then
gonna
I
give
But
didn't
you
even
know,
truth.
think to interview Destiny at all. I think I should go ahead because I think she'll
Scotty,
we got
respond
that
before the
one
Scotty,
person.
I'm
blow
gonna
out
tell you
the
this.
hello drama.
Scotty, I'm gonna tell you this. You know, I support. Like I said, I love you. I support you. She gonna sit up here. She gonna lie. She gonna make y'all head hurt. Y'all wish y'all would have. Y'all would wish at that moment y'all had a group chat or a Discord to go talk in, because you wouldn't want to be disrespectful to Scotty and his channel and his guest. But that's what she gonna do. And then she also gonna be late to the interview and lie and say, "Oh, she didn't know," and then come up the next day. I'm telling y'all now. You can interview her because you know I want you to get you is be as successful in life as you
You talking
possibly
about
can.
Destiny?
Yes.
That's what she did with the
Destiny ain't gonna lie.
OLFP when
Yes.
she interviewed with the Ooh Ladies First panel. She
Woo.
told half truth. She spun stuff in circles. She wasn't being
Yep.
honest.
okay.
And she was
Nope.
like she constantly backtracked on stuff and then
Yeah.
she
But
would
I
go
feel like
back.
y'all some Melody fans, to be honest.
Oh
No.
no, this is not a Melody fan. Like I'm
No.
saying, you can go watch the interview. She actually
But I'm,
did interview with the
Yes.
OLFP, the Ooh Ladies First panel. The YouTube video is still up, and you can see it for yourself. She doesn't really give truthful interviews. She still hides a lot of stuff that's going on, or she'll say, "Well, for legal reasons, I can't speak about that." It has nothing to do with
How
being
the
a
fuck
That's
Melody
you
fan.
legit
might
what
That's
she
have
just
a
that.
court
said.
order? We don't
So,
know what the hell's
no,
going
so
on in
this is
her
what
court.
happened. So this is what happened. The interview for the OLFP, if you are a member of either like any of the women like their channels, you get to see the interview, especially if they are releasing it like a day or like a couple of days after. If they are doing a pre-recorded interview, we get to see the interview if you're a member live. So it was supposed to be a Sunday. She texted like we were waiting, like it was like 2 hours. when the OLFP finally told us, she said she didn't remember about the interview, so we're gonna push it back till the next day. So we was already upset, but we decided we're gonna come with open arms, open minds, and have our hearts wide open for her. Okay, so when we get to the interview, we were still late. It was still late. They was waiting on her. She gets up there, and it's so they ask her about LeBeric and that whole situation, and she
For
says,
legal reasons, yeah.
then she says, well, I was going to, like, I went to, because she was like, the whole thing with LeBeric and how, oh, I can't talk about him on the show, but I could talk about him in interviews. That made no sense to me, because if you can't talk about him on the show, I would think if it was for legal reasons, you wouldn't be able to talk about him in interviews or anywhere else, because he don't
But we
want his,
might not know the terms of a gag order. Like I
but
said, we don't know
but here's the
exactly
thing
what's going
about,
But
on.
you insinuating that we saying this because I'm just saying you could go watch it. Like I don't want
yeah,
this to turn
this is
into a we're being
no,
biased thing. You could
this
go
is
watch
what
it. Like I
she
said, it's on
said.
YouTube. She really did and I could say this too. They set those questions up to make her look good. Like, and if she would have responded honestly, she would have came out looking really good to people who didn't really care for her based on watching the show. But she wouldn't really answer anything completely, or she just spun around in circles. Like, I mean, we're not being biased. That's literally what happened in the
it's
interview.
exactly what happened, and a lot of us had to leave we still had it up to give them the view, but we had to leave and go into the Discord for Bonnie and talk there, because I was like, okay, am I like, because I was like, is it me? Am I just like confused on what she's saying? Am I not getting it? And somebody had to tell me, no, she's just not like, it's doing like flips and tricks and kicks and skirting around the truth. Like she said, well, because she was like, oh, LeBeric, filed for divorce 3 weeks postpartum. But then she backtracks and says, well, I went and saw a lawyer 2 weeks before then.
Okay, Ricardo. So we look, babe, we got it. Don't interview Destiny. But now look, Scotty, I just thought about something. Interview Miss Marlene.
Oh, hell
Oh
no.
yeah.
Heck
Now
no.
you want to talk about messy? I'll stay up late and be
I still
back
want to
on
hear from
the
Mark's ex. But go ahead, Scotty. You got it.
Well, see, a lot of people in the chat saying, they don't care about a Destiny interview. Y'all care about me though, so watch it for
Y'all
me.
gonna watch it anyway. So
Well,
that's
I watched the Wanda interview and I think she's a terrible person. I didn't watch it live because I didn't want to be tempted to make comments live that she could possibly, now I use big words, but that she may understand what I was saying in the chat. So I watched the playback.
Yeah.
But yeah, I watch your interviews whether it's somebody I like or not.
I will
me
have it.
too.
Listen, I will have it on, but
I ain't watch it live, but I gave you my view.
yeah, I'll give you the view. I'll like it. I'll even tell the people about it, but I can't go through another Destiny making my head hurt. Like
I watched it with my mama.
I had a migraine after that. I was like, I've never been so confused in my life. What is going on? I don't like this.
Now we
Okay.
went to Bash and Destiny. Can we go back to that?
Okay,
Well, I have a
I'm
question because I know Scotty
I,
said he's going to end it soon. He's going to end
I'm
the live
sorry.
soon.
I'm
And
sorry. Ooh,
we did say
Now
earlier
she
we were going to talk about
interview.
this,
That might be a real good one, Scotty. Maybe you should.
Do it, Scotty. Do it.
we did say we were going to discuss
wait a
this
minute.
earlier today, but
What y'all say,
I
Marlene?
have a question for the panel.
Somebody
What is
said
the
Marlene will be drunk during the interview. Wow.
When that time we seen that, Go ahead. Who asked the question?
It was me. I was asking the question. So for the panel, do you think the Scots should show more appreciation or outright thank her publicly? Excuse me, by her I mean Melody.
No.
Okay.
I think they ungrateful. That's just me.
Yes to the
One at a
first part.
time. One at a time.
Because I was talking. If I thanked you once already, don't expect me to keep thanking you and thank you and thank you and thank you. No, bitch, you got it once or twice. Be happy with that. Otherwise, kiss the fattest part of my ass.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, because that shit pissed me off. You want me to thank you several times? I know you done lost your rabbit ass mind.
Well, hold on. Let's be clear. Melody did not say she wanted them to thank her publicly.
Okay.
The fans
It's
say
mainly the
that
fans.
they should thank. It wasn't Melody, so like let's not come at her. She didn't say that.
You know something? I don't think that they have to do it publicly. I think the problem, and I would hope privately they've already done it. But I think this arrogance that you have, acting as though you don't owe a certain level of thank you to this woman for thinking about y'all. Y'all were not the only friends that she had. Y'all were not the only couples that she knew. So their arrogance is very off-putting. I see where she would take umbrage with the fact that you are that ungrateful. And you know what I mean? Not realizing the opportunity, not only with the show, but with what she and her family have done personally to help y'all before the show, which you broke. Anyway, go ahead.
Let's do it.
I
So
mean,
Yep.
yeah, even but I think it's mainly her fans that's doing that.
And
Even
I'll be ready
today,
to windmill him.
yeah, because even today, like even in my earlier video today, I congratulated. I didn't even say nothing negative about Mel. As soon as I spoke on Mel, somebody come in. You sound like Destiny. You sound real salty every time you talk about.
And you see what I said.
What?
You
You see
wait,
I
you
went in
sound
on
How do
that
you
salty
ass.
know it if you
because
give it no
can
in
I
the
speak?
comments?
Can I
why
speak?
do you sound salty again? Because you acknowledged her.
I'm just like, what? I
Child
sat up there and I
Mel.
gave her kudos for everything that she got going
Okay.
on.
So
But you know, I think that because just like I think that was Diva that said it, I do, and I do feel like I'm very balanced. Like I
mhm.
could drag Melody, and in the same breath, I could give her all kinds. I could salute her for all of her accolades. Like I could do all that. Like I
Oh,
shade every
she
last one of them.
she is to
Child,
be commended for the moves that she's making. This is the only one that's about her real business on the show.
yeah.
Which
Mm-hmm.
is
So
true.
can
You
I?
got to give credit
And
where it's
Scotty, you fair.
Yeah.
And that's why everybody respect you and love you because you are fair, regardless.
That's why Miss Wonder like me, child.
yeah,
So
and I really don't think Mel wants a thank you from them. I just think it's the fact that people and a lot of this stuff with these fans because some people are a bit fanatical. So this
I
Yeah.
gotta take
owe
my
her
wig off for
they
that.
owe her a public thing. No, they don't. I mean, at this point, real talk, if you really understand sowing and reaping and blessings of God, then what you understand is what you put out, what you reap, you
mhm.
sow. So when you reap good things into people's lives, you're gonna sow that back. When you reap,
Thank you.
that's that. So she doesn't need that from them. People need to really stop it. But their arrogance is definitely off-putting. But
Yeah.
here's
Mm-hmm.
the
It's
guy,
So
annoying.
it's
I'm gonna go
annoying.
last. I want y'all to get y'all opinion off. I want y'all to tell it.
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, but the thing about it is, here's the wonderful thing about that situation is that the more they keep on talking, what I can appreciate about Mel is that at this point, she's not paying it all that mind. She's about her business, and that's why I said before we're talking about her storyline, we may or may not want to see it, but she's got plenty going on in
Mhm.
terms of what she has going on in building her businesses and her empire. And quite honestly, I think that's the best slap in the face. Keep doing that.
So
I agree.
I I don't ever like at first, but I've had like a night to sleep on it because this yesterday was Saturday, today is Sunday, and we're about to
Mm-hmm.
head into Monday. So I came to my review right after it happened, but now that I think about it, don't give her an apology because first of all, the fans are calling for an apology, not apology, a thank you. Don't give her a thank you because y'all would never give her a thank you. That's the type of people they are. They wouldn't thank the Lord above for letting them live another day, and that's just my opinion. That's how I feel about them. Don't thank her for anything because they believe in their heart of hearts that they did it all by themselves, that
Mhm.
she had no help doing anything. And whether you like the lady or not, and I'm gonna have to get into you, Mel, because I don't like you chasing after that man, trying to save him from what was about to come on this next episode. But we're
Yep.
gonna get there. We're gonna get there. We're gonna
I
get there
didn't
on
like it either.
Saturday.
Let him get
We're
his
gonna
ass.
get there. We're gonna get there on Saturday. And then I was like, well, thank God her, the millimeters haven't found my taking a look video because I do a thing where I go look at everybody's businesses and we go through the entire website. And I was giving real critiques, but good thing they ain't found me yet because they have a real problem about, a few things I said. But they're not going to thank her. The fans want them to thank her. I was like, personally, I was like, well, that's a steady income y'all got coming in. Granted, with this little lawsuit y'all got going on, they just gonna take it all and you ain't gonna see a dime of it. But I was like, she got you a steady income. If anybody can get me a steady income, you gonna get a public thank you, you gonna get a private thank you, and I'm gonna keep it pushing just like that.
But I think
But
we can't expect people that
yeah,
lack grace and all of those things. You can't expect that from people.
because they
Mm-mm.
honestly believe they did it all by themselves, that she didn't help do anything. But as they continue to be so arrogant and
Oh,
feel
not
like
watermelons.
who who throwing watermelons?
No, they said her.
They're
That's what
insinuating that we're
that
millimeters.
no.
And
They
if we
said
okay, and if we are, now
no,
what?
No.
They're not saying that. They're calling the millimeters watermelons.
Oh, okay. Because I was about to say, don't do me. I don't stand nobody. I know where the word stand come from, and I'm not that type of person. You live your life and do you, Miss Girl. I will always go up for the people who really about their business. Now, when it comes to the rest of them, I really hope y'all could get it all together because I want to see y'all succeed. But it looks to me like y'all don't want to be successful, so I can't want something for somebody else that they don't want for themselves.
See, what I think the other part about it too is that, people, they're about smoke and mirrors. Mel is the only one that seems to, because like I don't know that woman's business, but I think that's actually the situation that they find themselves in. Everybody else's stuff, from Destiny's, made for TV beauty supply, to
For
Tisha's
TV only business.
apartment complex, to whatever else. A lot of that I think is kind of like smoke and mirrors, and that's what I'm saying before. It's like, spend your time really focusing on you. And
Mm.
if in fact what they have going on is, some of the rumors, I don't believe everything that I see on social media, because people really do take stuff and run with it. But I will say this: pride goes before a fall. So I really hope for their sake that that they're ready for whatever is coming with all that mouth and that energy that they have.
Whew.
Period. And I can tell
Wait,
you right now, they're not.
wait, real quick. Before Too Feisty gets into these people, because I know you're gonna get them.
You know I
Um,
am.
did anybody, like, maybe it's just me, when that BDI troll that Scotty might be doing an interview with was down there to his little raggedy old Instagram, working out in the gym with them too tight shorts on, and like I said, I think that man got a yeast
Oh, you said
infection.
too tight. Now I know who you're talking
Stop
about.
it.
Gotta be Martell.
Yeah, that's what she called BDI troll.
Yeah, that's who I call the BDI troll, and sometimes I call him Marlene's rotten crotch fruit. But we gonna keep it pushing. Did
Oh,
anybody
Lord.
feel like him working out in the gym with them too tight shorts on, possibly, talking about, oh, I'm getting ready to turn up at this? I'm like, who you gonna turn up at? Because it seemed like you real cool with the people, these people on the cast, other than the ex-wife. If you let Destiny, what Destiny call her, the ex-wife, you're not really cool with her, but you cool with everybody else. Who you gonna turn up at? And personally, I feel like that's a threat. And if you're threatening somebody, I take it as a threat. I'm bringing security and the police for you, just in case you want to get out of hand.
I don't think he really was talking about a real turn up. I just think he does things for attention and wanted us to see him in the gym and couldn't think of nothing else to say.
I want him to learn how to spell. Do that.
I want him to learn how to spell too, because how the fuck you misspell my goddamn state, I will never know.
How do you misspell alcohol and leave it up for an entire day and then go and change it like we
I'm
didn't
not
see it?
letting that go. He misspelled alcohol and he misspelled California. That's my state. Don't laugh at me. I'm serious.
Wow.
And I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the, like, I remember seeing it and taking a screenshot of it and showing it to the people in the Discord. And I'm like, y'all see this too, right? Like, and I went, because I was like, I like to take long breaks from drinking, only because I'm predisposed to a lot of stuff in my family. So I was like, I'm not drunk and I'm not high. Y'all see this too, right? Like, please tell me that.
Child, I was smoking a blunt when I seen that, and I said, "Oh, hell to the no! I gotta go." This nigga misspelled my whole goddamn state. Number one, number two, you misspelling alcohol.
That's what you sell.
But I'm just trying to figure out why it is that, a lot of
I'm a
times
citizen of remedial English.
the most successful people have sense enough to surround themselves with their weakness, right? So if I know I have a weakness in writing, I'm gonna surround myself with a good writer, and vice versa, or whatever. So what I'm trying to figure out is how he was married to Mel all that time. If they really pay attention, you can hate on her if you want to, but this girl has got this social media thing down. I'm trying to figure out why he didn't pick any of that up, or either get somebody who has the acumen to get him up to speed on what he's good at, which is standing there taking pictures. Boy, why are you not modeling?
Because he thought he would always have
The
her in his
BDI
pocket.
troll.
But my thing is, it's like, why isn't
he ain't did it? Okay.
Why isn't he modeling? Like, he could have a suit line for all those tight suits he likes to wear. He has a nice body by some people's
He
standards.
doesn't have any direction. That's what he always leaned on Mel for, direction.
No sense. He ain't got nothing but that, probably that long peen up in his pants. That's all he got. Okay?
I don't know.
And his shoes that he wear on every other scene.
with no socks. His feet be
with no
musty
socks
and
on. I
funky.
know you got athlete's feet. It's a nasty bastard.
But I'm just saying, it's like, spend some of your time getting somebody that's smart. You clearly don't mind being around people that are smarter than you and have other things going on. Find somebody to help invest and get you to where you need to be with the stuff you're good at, and just
I
don't.
thought that was Melanika.
Can I address something in the comments real quick?
Who's what?
Carrie Johns, my mouth ain't dry. I've been drinking water this whole entire time. You better watch yourself now. Don't be coming up here with that foolishness. Anyways, go ahead, y'all.
Who is this person?
Carrie
Y'all,
Johns talking about, I know y'all mouth is dry from all this talking.
Oh, that person don't like me, and that's okay. That's fine. No bad.
Wait, what happened?
Carrie Johnson, I know y'all mouth is dry from all this talking.
And
Listen, I done went and made it. I done went in the kitchen and made 2 hamburgers and got my bed sheets out the dryer. I don't know what happened.
No, honey, it ain't the truth because I've been drinking water, sweetheart.
and
My
me
mouth
too.
ain't dry.
But if you
before
let
Scotty wraps this up, let me go ahead and say my piece and then give it. I always have to give the benediction, Scotty. So this is my thing. I don't think Mel wants a thank you from them, nor does she care. I think she wants one from them just as much as she would like an apology from Ariane. I don't think she cares. Like I think she, it is what it is for her at this point. But what I will say for me, I speak for myself, is that not only the arrogance, y'all definitely hit it on the head with the arrogance, but we have a revisionist history now coming from the Scotts. And that clip you played earlier, Scotty, they were saying, well, they should really be thanking us. Y'all campaigned to be them people's friends, and Martell left the gate open. He really should feel foolish. Y'all campaigned to be those people's friend and get into their inner circle because you saw them as a resource. And they put y'all on in more ways than one. I mean, it's even being said that they even helped y'all with some of y'all bills. And let's be clear, after the whole mugshot situation a few months ago, your girl was shoplifting lipsticks out of stores. So y'all money wasn't really money and like it needed to be. Those people put y'all on in more ways than one to help y'all get consistent income coming into y'all house. And not only that, but when this show was being shopped around and they were trying to figure out the other couples that they wanted on the show, y'all were so desperate to be on this cast that you even backdoored Letitia's cousin. That was confirmed in this interview that Scotty did with her. Y'all back and ruined the relationship between her and Letitia. Y'all backdoored Kiki to get on this show. So, like I said, I don't think they need to publicly thank Mel. But what I'm saying is, we're not going to sit here and act like this show did not happen. If it would not have happened if y'all weren't part of the cast and they were so desperate to have y'all on this cast because you were so interesting. Even now, you guys really don't reveal anything. And the reason why this show has exploded the way it has is because of Mel and Martell's relationship problems. Y'all don't really give that much. So we're not going to sit here and act like y'all are a vital part of the show. Y'all are a part of the show, but y'all are not that important to the show. So they don't really owe you a thank you either. And that's my only issue. I don't care for, like, I cannot like you, but I can still be honest about everything that has happened thus far. And ultimately, y'all wanted to be those people's friends because you wanted to be in the financial place that you're in now. And you knew that they would open those doors for that to happen. The same way Destiny wanted to be Mel's friend because she knew how beneficial it could be to her.
I believe
we're not about to sit here and act like that lady wasn't a blessing in y'all life. Let's not do that.
I believe that. I believe. I believe Humpwig, not Humpwig. I believe Blow Pop was planted to be a friend to the girl Mel in order to keep tabs on her while Marlene's rotten crotch fruit was out in these streets doing whatever he wanted to do.
They campaigned to be those people's friends, like they were pledging.
Right. Well, I mean, they kind of were. I mean, and not only that, I think the other thing that's important to remember is that once y'all look at kind of where they are, and I said this again, for all that talking that you're doing, I hope you're going to be ready when that house of cards falls, because it's coming.
That's another thing, sorry, about like helping them to where they were and pledging. They brought up this. Tisha, you wouldn't be an AKA in the grad chapter if it wasn't for the AKA that is Mel, who she crossed when she was an undergrad. You needed her to be your backup when it came to that.
See, I didn't even know that part.
Yeah. In order for D9, in order to get into the grad chapter, which is what Tisha did, she needed a AKA who was not a part of the grad chapter, but an actual AKA who had already crossed to be like, to, you know, put her up there, to, you know, go to bat for her, whatever it was, how they do it.
Like a sponsor.
Yeah, to sponsor her. And Mel was her sponsor.
Yeah, I knew Tisha was an AKA, but I didn't know Mel helped her become an AKA. I didn't know that whole backstory. I'm just saying, like I said, when y'all were friends and y'all had a positive relationship with one another, they were beneficial to your lives. They helped you elevate your lifestyle. Even the creation of Scope, from my understanding, was literally to help them, to help the the Scotts. It wasn't like Mel and Martell, they already had their stuff going on, from my understanding. And they were like, well, let's do something with them so that we can help, like, teach them the game. So, like I said, you don't have to thank them. I don't think Melody even wants to thank you. It is what it is at this point. I'm just saying, you don't get to go on the podcast. And this, honestly, nobody on this show pisses off the viewers the way Tisha and Marceau does. And that is the reason why every time they do something to piss off the viewers, there's a subset of fans that start digging into their past. This is why y'all do stuff like go on that podcast and be like, they should be thanking us because they wanted us for the show. Now I'll guarantee y'all within the next week or two, somebody's gonna dig up something about them that that nobody knew about them, and it's gonna be all over YouTube. Watch.
It won't be me.
I just want to say something. I just want to say something too feisty and mention something about shoplifting. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Hey.
Wow.
Wait, but here's the thing. She shoplifted, got caught, and blamed her kid for it.
She got caught. Ew.
If you gonna do it correctly. Yes, and she blamed the baby for it. Said the baby.
I mean, she was shoplifting with the baby with her. Let's talk about that part.
Don't be shoplifting. Listen, that just reminded me.
You're gonna get caught.
Who was shoplifting, child?
Well, Tisha was arrested and she stole a lipstick and was hiding it in the stroller because she had her baby with her. And you know, I don't know good parents that do that.
And that,
that reminded me of them pregnant women with the babies and everything that went up into the hair store and pepper sprayed the cashier to get a wig.
Nothing wrong with shoplifting. If you got to do what you got to do to make ends meet for your family, then yeah.
It was lipstick.
Y'all better go catch up about Mugshot Gate. Mugshot Gate was popping on YouTube for like 2 weeks. Lord. All these mugshots.
Oh yeah, I forgot. See, I didn't get involved in that.
Stuff like that. But the people who do, it was a lot of mugshots being reported.
It was Marcel's, Martell's, Keisha, Kiki. I'm just waiting for Kimmy and Maurice's to come up.
Look, if they keep talking, watch within the next 2 weeks. Watch after this little podcast situation. Watch something else come out about them. They really do be pissing these fans off. They really do. I don't personally care enough to dig up stuff, but somebody who does is gonna make the time.
Yeah. Like I said, I knew about the stuff. I was just waiting for it to come out. I was like, I don't have to be the person who do it because somebody gonna do it, especially who get upset with them like they do.
Wow.
Wait.
All I know is I did not involve myself with the mugshots. I let these other Love and Marriage Huntsville YouTube channels do it.
That was Terrence that did that.
People started talking about a murder plot. Oh my god. I still be laughing when I think about that.
No, but I thought about this, that Mother's Day where instead of taking Humpwig to do something she actually wanted to do, they went to go see the NASCAR races, and I was like, on Mother's Day? Really? And you smoking a cigar and blowing that funky smoke in her face?
Mm-hmm, she likes that.
That's going to make me divorce you right there. She popped out, 3 of his kids, and you going to take her to NASCAR on Mother's Day? That lady probably wanted...
leave him after the peanut butter incident. I doubt she'll do it.
This is also true. Huh?
I said, I just want some peanut butter. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm hungry as shit right now.
But we don't have to get on. Maurice, you got on your job over there. Catherine is cutting up.
I'm a mod too now. Don't do me.
Look now, you Maurice ain't on his job.
I don't think Catherine want him to be chasing her around the house like she a Twinkie and he about to break his diet.
Trust and believe. I make that motherfucker. I've been to the gym. Have you? Keep up. That's what I'm gonna tell him. I'm Portia. I've been to the gym. Have you?
Catherine said she's a runner. She's a track star. You gonna have to catch me.
Andre Carr, but on Mother's Day?
Bottle that up and sell it, Catherine.
Yes.
Andre Carr on Mother's Day? Is
No,
that the biggest spot on Mother's Day?
But some people do like that though. Some people like around here. Some people like to go to the damn to the
On
racetrack.
Mother's Day,
They like to go. Some people do. Some people would like to go to the racetrack.
That's
on
what I was gonna
Mother's
say.
Day.
That's what she probably like to do.
You know, some people do that now.
I'm from South Florida. I don't know about that. I'm sorry.
I'm from the Midwest. I don't know nothing about that. For Mother's Day,
They like to go mud riding and shit. I ain't going out there because I don't want no mud all over me. But nah.
In the Midwest for Mother's Day, you gonna get you a nice dinner. You gonna get you like a couple of gifts, not just one.
Y'all gonna go to Sweetie Pies?
No,
Oh Lord,
don't do me. Don't do me, Scotty.
I'm not going there.
Plus,
that lady
she closing
who's a murderer.
First of all, don't do me. Second of all, that lady closing down all the Sweetie Pies. She already told y'all. And third of all, I'm going back to what I was saying. In the Midwest, the part of the Midwest I'm from, I don't know nothing about that down there.
I'd rather go to Bojangles.
You know what? I'm finna end this now, y'all.
I was about to say,
you want me to get a benediction? Let me know when you're ready for it.
Scotty been nicely trying to tell us he's sleeping and ready to go, and we keep talking.
Look, y'all, this y'all first time up here. Scotty know what we give. Don't do that. He know what we give.
Scotty like to play with us like we don't do this all the time.
Okay, well, look, I'm gonna say this. Y'all made my first time ever on any of these StreamYards so entertaining, and I got.
I'm gonna tell y'all again. We have the best lives over here. Okay, I'm telling y'all, this is where it's at.
Well, look, I'm gonna figure out how to be back, but this was great fun. Thank you.
I'm glad you.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna have an open panel on this show next Sunday too. Because I know I get off work pretty early on the weekend, so it's probably gonna be before Potomac comes on where I'm gonna do these. Because I didn't do them the first 2-3 episodes because it wasn't shit to talk about. But this particular episode, it wasn't shit to talk about on this one either. But it was a little bit more to talk about than the last few that we seen. But I know
to be messy and talk about that fight.
We gonna have to do it tomorrow.
I ain't calling in, bitch. I ain't even gonna call in next week.
We have to. Too
feisty. You bringing your ass up here. If I'm coming up here, you damn sure coming up here.
Now,
I don't know what you thought this was.
Listen, it's gonna be me, Too Feisty. Nola gonna come up here, even though she been modding. She gonna be up here to talk about it. Y'all know Thick Girl gonna come on down here.
Oh, Prosperity Thick Girl gonna come up here with the intention to argue. Just know that.
You already know it.
If you see her name, Prosperity Thick Girl, if you see her name pop up, she coming up here to argue.
And I love my sister, but that's what's gonna happen. We all gonna be up here to talk about this.
I be tickled. I be here for it.
We gonna talk about this.
That last one, when I move, you move just like that. Boy, I was.
No, when E was up here that last time,
she clicked off and came right back
and
on.
She clicked off and came back. It said, "What we not gonna do is let her have the last word." That's what we not.
And then I had to come up here and windmill for E because y'all was trying to jump her up. I was like, y'all can't do her like that. Don't do it.
Y'all know, what was it, Corey or whoever the person was that Catherine had to get together? You know what I realized? I can't see them because I had already blocked them for coming for me months ago. So with that being said, I don't care if you don't like me. Nobody 1,000% is gonna like me in this world, and I'm okay with it. But I just realized that's why I can't see nothing because I blocked you already.
You know something? I just want to, speaking of like, I'm sorry, but I gotta call out the elephant in the room. We can talk about Chef Don, Scotty, all up in this chat.
Flirting. I see you,
baby. I'm telling, that's been the real tea. That's the real storyline up in this chat. I just happened to hop on real quick.
Together.
Wait,
I hop on real quick. I said, wait a minute.
If they on windmill, as long as they click that like and hit subscribe, they can come in here and argue all day.
Wait, what y'all talking about?
You know what we talking about. Quit playing.
Every time Chef Don
turn the camera back on.
That deep ass sexy voice. Chef Don is
up in here.
Look, all I have to say about this, I'm gonna need y'all to stop playing our faces and let's close this circle. Close the circle. That's all. Just close
Mhm.
the circle.
Out here playing with us like
Is
we
that
don't
the
see
one
what's
that be
going on
calling
in our
you
faces.
daddy? That one time you had your daddy hat on would really be TV? Oh yeah, I'm bringing it up.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Turn
Let's
the
just
camera back on.
Oh,
yeah,
I'm
let's
not
close
coming. I'm not coming back on camera till all you motherfuckers is gone.
You see how
I
he
am not
Y'all
coming
see
back.
how he do us? You see how he do us? He was sitting
Uh-huh.
up here flirting with Chef Don Don the whole time we was up here. He done
Mhm.
made him 2 hamburgers and got his stuff out the dryer, probably took a shower and made him a drink and everything else, and was flirting with
Exactly.
this man the whole time.
And then
Now
he
we
changed his
get
That's
shirt
on
why
too,
he didn't
and
y'all.
now
know.
we get on you for flirting with this man, and you like, I'm not talking about nothing. I'm not
Look,
coming on the
I'm
camera
not
till
coming
y'all
on the
gone.
camera till all
Look,
y'all
let,
motherfuckers
let me
gone.
tell you, I tell people all the time, just because I don't say nothing don't mean I don't see. And I've been
Mhm.
talking
Oh,
and staying right on.
yeah.
I saw everything.
Everything.
Everything. But I'm here for it. I just want y'all to close the circle. That's all.
Y'all are full of shit. Get the fuck off my
No,
shit.
we
Uh-uh,
not.
No,
uh-uh.
we not.
I
We
will
love
hear
you. We love both of y'all. We do.
We
I just
do.
want to hear it one more time though. Chef Dun Dun's in the building.
Right. Chef
Say
Can I
Don,
it.
give the
dun, dun, dun,
benediction?
dun, dun.
You know what, Dun Dun? You see what you got started up in here?
No, you
Damn.
got
You
started
got
up
it
in here.
started.
Every time he come up in here, all I hear is it's Chef Dun Dun's in the building. It's either that or I got 99 problems in the building.
Uh-huh.
I
Don't
got
act like
99 problems in this panel. Is one of them. All y'all got to go.
Can I
Go.
Oh,
give the
that's
benediction?
okay. We'll Chef Don Don, you know what's going on. Don't play.
mhm.
Don't
Ooh,
play.
ooh, ooh,
Listen.
Chef Dun
wait.
Dun, don't act brand new, please don't.
One of the
Chef Dun.
Scotty Hotties say she plans weddings.
I'm an
Oh,
ordained
Oh my
minister.
God. I cannot.
I'm an ordained
Yes,
Hey,
minister.
I live
Scotty
for
Hotties.
it.
I
I'm an
like
ordained
that.
minister.
But didn't I say I was ending this? Why y'all not gone yet?
I keep asking you if
because
you want me to get a
you just
benediction. You
not
ain't
gonna
said
own up.
yes, so you
I
ain't
just want to
ready.
know is that who?
We doing a benediction. May the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent one from another until we see each other again next week when we do it all over. Amen.
Amen.
That's
Amen.
it. That's
And
it.
Chef
And
I hope
Dun
I
before we
Dun
have
is
some of
go,
the
ready.
same people. I hope I have some of the same people up here next. Cause this was a good. This was really a good live. Like I
No,
said, I was lying before I came up here talking about. Oh, we're not gonna be up here too long, and we up
No,
here
I
um,
knew
almost
you was
3 hours.
lying.
I
You
told you
talking
you was
Scotty.
lying
forever.
in the chat.
I
Scotty.
said
Nola says she's gonna be a flower girl.
Get
Go Nola.
did I say get off my shit? Did I say that?
I
You
don't
gonna have to pick
recall.
us
I
out.
ain't say nothing. But let me do this shameless plug real quick. Scotty, you got yours coming in the FedEx, but I do cannabis infused lemonade. So hit me up on Instagram, loving me 424, or TikTok, loving me 424. If you want one, I'm just saying.
I can't
And
wait
Chef
till it
Don Don, you
comes.
don't have to actually cook for the reception. We're gonna call Miss Wanda and get those potatoes
No,
together.
we ain't bringing no
No.
potatoes with asparagus on them. Don't nobody want that
Mm-mm, I
nasty
love
shit.
Scotty too much. I think not.
We gonna get them fixed by then. We gonna get
I'm
them
cooking for the
fixed.
wedding. Shit.
We
Mm-mm.
gonna get them fixed. We gonna get them fixed.
Mm-mm.
Who gonna
I'm the
fix them?
minister. Nola is the flower girl. Linda says she carried the ring down the aisle.
I'm the cook.
Wait, you said Nola's the flower girl? Nola gonna
That's
be
what
like,
Nola
now look,
said.
Nola's, oh, she gonna be the flower. Look here, Shay. I ain't about to play with y'all about my flowers now.
Oh no, she didn't hit the Nola.
She said, I ain't about to play with y'all about my
About
flowers. I'm gonna
flowers.
walk down the aisle and I'm gonna go and put them flowers where they go. Now, when I get up there, don't y'all act no fool now. Y'all going to do what
Oh
you
my God, you got her down pat.
Down
She
pat.
said
Where
she
Nola
said
at?
they're
I
gonna do the
see her at.
invitations.
I live for
Ooh,
it.
and I could do the pictures. I could pull double duty
Oh
because I am
Nola,
a
I do the
photographer.
cannabis infused lemonades, girl.
Yeah, no, look,
Catherine.
Catherine does the lemonades. She's sending me and T some lemonade.
Yeah,
I
T
think
got
she
his
said it
green
should be
apple.
here by Thursday. I
It
think
should.
she
That's
said.
what they say. I'ma
Oh
check
wait,
though.
before we go, I just want to caution everybody again as we approach these winter months. Please beware of the homosexuals.
girl,
Yes,
bye.
Oh my god.
Protect yourself at all
I just
costs.
got rid of
Okay.
one of them, so
be
Oh,
cautious.
Yes, yes,
They
bless.
that's
don't care.
good.
They
That's
don't
good.
care. They don't care what you look like. They don't care about your age. They don't care if you a man. They don't care if you was a woman. They don't care if you non-binary. They don't care if you old in a nursing home or if you young and got your own apartment. They
Y'all
will
be
be
careful,
there.
okay?
They will be there to eat up your baby snacks if you got kids, lay on your couch and breathe up all your good air and use up all your hot water. So with that being said, y'all watch out for them homosexuals because it is an
Please, it's getting
epidemic
cold
out there.
outside.
Hmm They be looking for a
Lord.
place to stay in the winter.
Oh, and look here, Chef Don Don. Yes, we do. We do want you to post them. Yes.
Get,
Yes.
did I say get the fuck
And then you done came back
on?
on giving shoulders and chest, Scotty. Okay.
And
Showing a little
legs
shoulder.
and
Is it
hips
hips
and
and
body,
body
body,
and
body.
body?
It is really time for y'all to go,
All
child.
right, I love it.
Yes. Wait,
Good
y'all,
night, y'all.
we're gonna have Chef and Don and Scotty.
Oh my
You're the one who came back up here
God.
with your shoulders and chestises out. You act
Oh,
like you grown and have your breastises up here.
I'm
so
sure
it
that's
was
why.
nice talking to all of y'all, but y'all need to get the hell out of here.
Okay, we love
Good
y'all.
night,
Love
y'all.
you.
All right.
Miss
If
everybody.
we ain't got to go home, but we gotta get the hell up out of here.
Yeah.
But I can't wait to see y'all next week. This is gonna be fun. So I can't
Oh,
wait
it
for y'all
was.
to come back next week. This is going to be great.
All right, I think I'm gonna try to come on back. Y'all were great. Night, night,
Oh,
y'all.
night, night, Diva. Night, night, Scotty. Love you.
Love y'all. Bye bye. Okay, now that they're gone, I can come back on the screen. However, thank y'all for tuning in. I definitely appreciate everybody tuning in. We had a good time. As I always say, we always have a good time when we are up here on the lives. We definitely have a good time when we do my lives. Like everybody is like family. The Scotty gang is like this. And it's amazing. So thank you guys for tuning in. I will be texting I've been texting Dun Devo, not Dun Devo, Dun the whole time. The whole time we've been on this side, we've been texting each other the entire time. So anyway, yes, I said it. I've been texting Dun the entire time. Anyway, but with that being said, we're about to get up out of here. I see Lemon Lover. If you know what, Lemon Lover, let me just say this, child. I thought you didn't like me, honey. That's why I'm surprised to see you in this chat, because I thought you didn't like me, honey. But I see you up in here, so I'm gonna keep my eye on you though. But with that be I'm finna stop looking at these comments. But thank you guys for real though for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Before I get up out of here, let me let you guys know that we'll be doing roasted review on Wednesday, and we'll be right back here on Scotty by Nature TV. Meet T and Josiah will be back for roasted review. Hopefully you guys tune in the same way y'all tuned in here tonight. It was over 300 of y'all up in the chat, so thank you guys for tuning in. And also on Thursday, be sure to tune into the prelude with myself and Jamar, because we will be interviewing Latrice from the Bell Collective. So hopefully y'all tune in to that as well at 8/7 Central. So y'all be prepared, be there, love it, love it, love it. Okay. So we'll be interviewing her at 8/7 Central on Thursday night, and all of that. And also, don't forget about Boys Night Out on Friday. Boys Night Out will be back on Friday. Now, Maddie won't be in attendance Friday because he is moving, so he won't be on. But we do have a special guest host to come in on Friday night. One of my good people, Tremel. He's a singer, and he was once on a web reality series, G Status ATL Hustle. So be on the lookout for that on Friday. And of course, on Monday, we'll be back for the Potomac panel, season 4. Y'all see the people up here. Most definitely season 4. I hope you guys enjoyed that, because we'll be back to Monday nights instead of Tuesday nights. So be on the lookout for that. And also, last but not least, we're gonna do another one of these. Okay, another one of these open panels. Okay, on Sunday. We'll be back on Sunday afternoon. We'll be going live. I wanna go live before the Housewives of Potomac, because I get off early and I know I got to do my Potomac video that same night. So we're going to be on limited time. So I'm going to try to do it as early as possible and try to end it right before. So I love it. I love it. I'm glad I made the decision to do the open panel this week. I'm glad I did, because I was really going back and forth about it. I really wasn't sure about it, but we did it. And just to let y'all know, Chef Dun texted me earlier and told me that he was going to be in my chat showing his ass, and that's exactly what he did tonight. Not only did he show his ass, he had my panel members showing their ass about him and I. Okay, that's what he was doing. period. Okay, so thank you, Chef Dun Dun, for all of your thank you, Chef Dun Dun, for all of your BS that you started tonight in the chat. So when you go live, because I know you'll go live soon, I'll be returning the favor. I just want you to know that. Okay. So if you guys, I'm gonna ask you guys one more question before we get up out of here. If you enjoyed this live, light up the chat right now. Be sure to put the fire emoji in the chat right now. I want to see nothing but fire in the chat before I get up out of here. That's all I want to see. Make sure y'all light this chat up as we get up out of here. And that's pretty much it. So as I close this, like the chat up, and I'm gonna leave you guys with I'm gonna leave you guys with some I'm gonna leave you guys with some promos and stuff like that and all of that. But before we go, I love you guys. Be sure to like, rate, subscribe. Hopefully you guys like, rate, and subscribe to this channel as you watch. And also be sure to click on that like button, click on the notification bell so you can be notified when the video drops. And also, if you want to follow me on any form of social media, the Twitter, the Instagram, and the TikTok is already down below in the description box. If you want me to follow you back on Instagram, all you got to do is hit me up in the DMs. If I haven't followed you back with the hashtag message, Scotty Gang, and that'll let me know that you're a part of the gang, okay? And I'm going to say this one more time before we get up out of here, before I show y'all the promos. I got 99 problems, and the biggest one is me. I got 99 problems, and the biggest one is me. I'll talk to y'all at another time. Bye, y'all.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Tremel. I just wanted to say that I have a new project that's out. It's called Mixed Feelings. It's on all streaming platforms. I would hope that you would go and check it out. It's a really good feel of an album. It's got everything you need and more. It's got R&B, it's got a little bit of pop, it's got a little bit of hip hop. It's everything that you need and more. It's out all streaming platforms, like I said. Please check me out, and you can also follow me at IAM_Tremel. That's IAM_TRAMEL. Check me out. I hope to hear from you.
Thank you.